In a boat in the middle of a river being attacked by effectively giant.
Hello, welcome one and all. It's episode 15, book 2, Curse of the Crimson Throne. We'll get going as soon as they finish their chat about the game on the last game they played. But anyway,
and first strike.
I seem to recall when we left it, you were dealing with the unwashed mushes.
We were at the Bank of Abadar.
Yes.
And it was surrounded by plague victims.
And I've just noticed that I seem to have broken a sound effect that was working before. Oh, joy.
My kid used to watch a TV program, a children's TV program called The Abadars, which is what I'm visualizing, and I'm pretty sure that's not what the bank is.
They weren't called the Abadars, they were called the Abadabbas.
Well, okay, fine, but they were still very cute.
I broke my module.
Yeah, we had Shani Datri with us. He was doing his best to not break the tenets of Abadar by making herbal remedies instead of using clerical magic to help people, which probably says he's a decent enough fellow.
You didn't need to, but you could actually have persuaded him to do the free healing. That's how decent he is. But you didn't need it because you had the healing yourself. Anyway, when we left you last time, it was unpleasant, wasn't it? It was the unwashed masses, trying to force their way in to the... Oh, crikey, what's going on?
The bank.
I can't scroll my window. I'm trying to scroll the window. I'm moving it. Yes, the unwashed masses trying to get into the Temple of Abadar, or the bank, depending on how you want to call it. As I say, it's obviously desperate people, desperate to get inside. All around you can see people showing symptoms with the red spots. I forget. I forgot what the exact symptoms were. I need to go back a couple. Just to
There
read.
you go. That's what I visualise at the Bank of Abadars.
Family in need, infectious encounters. I'm just trying to remember what this is. Anyone takes time. She knows nothing. Splotches of an red angry rash are covering the faces and arms of numerous people in the crowd, trying to force their way into the temple. And the ability to scroll the window is definitely lost on me today because all I do is move the window every time I try and use the scroll bar. You witnessing the guards turning away all comers who show signs of infection. What do you do?
Well, that's certainly going to make the bank popular, isn't it?
It could just be they've run out of healing capabilities today.
It could be that they're out of PowerPoints and bennies. This is true.
Indeed.
I think that we should probably not be here. It's not a very healthy place.
Unfortunately, I'm inclined to agree, and I suggest it wouldn't be wise for anybody to let, Volker to let anybody know that he could potentially help.
I might be able to clear a path for us to get away from here if that's what you guys want to do.
I think drawing attention to ourselves might not be the best idea.
Well, it doesn't exactly draw attention, it just really throws people out of the way.
Which tends to draw attention.
I think the fact that Vorka's a goblin is probably the only reason no one's approached him just yet, but you do notice, people do seem to have noticed his wooden shield with the prominent heart displayed upon it.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps Master Volker, we should get you back to the Temple of Shalin.
Fast.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea.
Let's surround him. He's small. The tall people can hide him.
A woman approaches holding her child, who's younger than Brianna was, and covered in red blotches, and goes, "Is your goblin friend a cleric? Can he heal my Timmy?"
Can we take the heart off his shield?
I want to quietly whisper to Volker, "You're welcome to help anybody you like, Volker.
He doesn't have a heart on his shield.
But if you do, be aware you will be swamped."
And probably torn apart by angry crowds when they realize you can't help all of them.
Yeah, is that a cleric over there? Why are they talking to that goblin? Is he a cleric? People start moving towards you.
I think we need to move rapidly.
He's got a red diamond on his shield.
He's not a cleric. He's a very naughty boy.
I'm going to give you one for that.
Oh wait, we've got these badges that show that we're like part of the police force around here. We could pretend he's under arrest and they need to clear our path.
Yeah, I think he's a cleric. Isn't he that? Isn't he? Didn't those guys have a goblin? Did we hear a goblin cleric? Yeah, there's a story. Goblin.
That's it. You're under arrest for impersonating a cleric and trying to steal money from the good people of Corvosa, says Gastus, grabbing Volker by the ear and dragging him away.
I'm totally going along with that. That's a brilliant idea.
But
I'm down with it. It was like, yep, there's a thought. And I'm gonna duck into, because I'm so small, I'm just gonna weave in and out of the crowd to keep up with these guys.
Yeah, they're taking the cleric away. They've got a cleric over there. Just heal us. Oh, heal us, please heal us.
Turn around and do what would Jesus do? Heal yourselves and run.
Okie dokie. So you're not going to go and see. Your friend, your new friend, then.
Oh, I didn't say we were. I didn't say I wasn't going to do that.
I thought you kept telling about some secret way in.
Yeah, I know the dodgy ways into the Bank of Abadar because I used to use them to get out, didn't I?
Exactly.
So I'm dragging him away.
Okay.
And then
Didn't go going through the sewer or something.
Well, if you will allow my character background to give me knowledge of how to get in, I'll even spend bennies to make common knowledge rolls to know different ways to get in, and it's going to take me lots by the looks of things. There we go. I know ways into the
Well,
bank of Abadar.
the one you were talking about, the fact that there's that. Well, obviously the window is a bit trickier with this many people around.
Yeah.
However, you do know that if you go 2 roads over and you press the 5th brick on that alleyway wall, the panel slides open, and then there's that takes you into a sewer that brings you up. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, so you can do that.
I'll use that one.
So we're going via Diagon Alley, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Okay. Obviously, that brings that brings you up into the let's call them the washrooms of the temple.
I just thought, in case, because
Restrooms, I should say. Yeah.
Because there's so many people about, I didn't want anybody to see him pushing the brick, so we just. I thought a little cloud of darkness.
Now, if any of you see the ghost of a young girl in here, don't worry, it's just whinging Winnie.
That's good enough to give you one, I'm afraid. Okay. Obviously, after a few minutes, you're obviously. I should make the crowd quieter, shouldn't I? Inside the temple now. There you go.
I think you can let go of his ear now, Gus, because he looks like you're hurting him.
Terribly sorry, Volker.
Ow.
Is your ear all right?
Well, I think I've got a new piercing, but yeah, I'll be okay.
Ring. That doesn't take you too long to. I'm just looking up. This one's a nightmare. I remember now. Obviously, you remember the way you basically get yourself back into the cloisters, and you manage to get yourself into the main hall. Yeah, into the grand vault. Well, as you try to get to the grand vault, the guards at the doors sternly ask your purpose.
I'm here to see a shiny dart tree.
Mentioning his name is enough to convince the guards you have legitimate business inside, and they let you through. They're a bit confused how you came in the back way, but obviously that seems to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. So,
Don't be so prudish, dear fellow. There's nothing wrong with using the back door. I shall say, patting him on the shoulder.
it takes quite. You're left waiting. Well, basically, now you're inside the temple. You can see that probably the reason they weren't letting anyone else in is because the temple's already probably it's full with people paying for treatment. So the basically all around you can see the clerics inside the great vault, the grand vault, performing. Taking payment and performing healings. You can see Ashani is among them moving around. There seems to be, quite a few people waiting and in signs of discomfort. What do you do?
How much are they charging for healing?
Very good question, isn't it? Well, we can work
the going rate for a scroll of healing.
Yeah,
Be 3
with
power
cure
points
disease.
Plus 1 for cure disease times novice would be 100 gold pieces.
So
4 power points times 1 for novice times 25 gold pieces.
And then double it. Then doubling it because, of course, that's the manufacturing cost. So 200 gold pieces. 200 gold pieces is the going rate for healing of this illness.
Oh, you were lucky you were, people. I remember when holy water used to cost 10,000 gold pieces.
Yes, that was an interesting time, wasn't it? Remember that one? I remember that mistake. 10,000 pieces for holy water. I don't know how we did.
It's just a cleric's we.
Okie dokie. Anyway,
the reason why it was 10,000 pieces, it was a clerical error.
Oh, I'm going to have to put you into double figures with that one. Okie dokie. So as I say, there's lots of people in much pain and discomfort, and it shall only take some time.
Well, there's little I can do to help them.
Anyway, so eventually, even with everyone, even with the plague victims inside the temple dispersed, and those that they weren't able to heal today promised with promises of healing, the temple outside remains a place besieged. Within its area halls, the priests and patrons are eyeing each other and every newcomer with suspicion. Obviously, and every footfall on the marble floor echoes through the frightened silence. Ishani eventually is free to come over to you and escorts you to one of the temple's western meeting rooms. Okay. Here we go. See how long it takes to start. Dreadful by the sound of things. But then again, it didn't work.
I can hear I can hear an echoing noise, but it's behind the sound of the crowd.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? Let's try. Stop all. Let's try again. Yeah, he's very quiet, isn't he?
Mm.
And at one shot volume, let's crank it up to 150 if he's that quiet.
Thank you for your aid. I assume you already suspect my reasons for calling. Seeing the crowd outside, the poor lot. You recognize the symptoms too, I'm sure. I had hoped that the Soldado case was isolated, but apparently we have a bigger problem on our hands than I'd feared. I'm concerned for the city, but also for my brethren here. The morning after my first visit to the Soldado home, I came to the temple to hear that 3 of my brothers awoke with similar symptoms, although they had already been healed. I spoke to each, and aside from their usual duties in the temple, none have had any dealings with any who were ill. Later in the day, more of my fellow priests, acolytes, guards, vault keepers, all developed symptoms, and folk from throughout the city began arriving in search of healing. It's been more than a little bit frightening. They're calling the sickness blood vein, an apt enough name, I suppose.
Is there any connection with those who are getting ill and those who are not? I mean, is there any link at all?
There is. I'm trying to think if I forgot. I don't know if I'm going to give you the right one here, so let's see what this one says.
I'll gladly answer any questions about blood veil, but I doubt...
Not that one then. Oh dear. Sorry. This is why I'm meant to be. I'm not going to let. I'll do it for him. Basically, in answer to your question, he points out that most of the patients they're treating come from North Point and Old Corvosa. I wish you could rename him. It's my pet peeve. If anyone's from Spikeworks is watching, let us rename the bloody sound effects. It would make my life so much easier. Yeah, most of the patients we're treating come from North Point and Old Corvosa. The disease seems to have spread fastest through the lower classes, although we here at the temple can heal some of the ill. I dread the transmission of the disease will soon outpace our resources. I wonder which one that... that's probably that one.
Most of the patients
there you go.
The disease seems to have spread fastest throughout the lower classes. Although we here at the temple can heal some of the ill, I dread the transmission of the disease will soon outpace our resources.
I was hoping he'd continue.
I think he already has.
We need to organize. We need to call upon the faiths of Sarai, Pharasma, and even as remote...
Oops, wrong one. That one first. There we go. Anyway, I'm gonna. Who will help? Will that work?
We need to
organize. Yeah. That's the one we've had. I give up. Normally the sound effects match the text. For this lot, they're all over the place, and I remember trying to work it all out. It was a nightmare. But anyway, there you go. That's all you're getting out of it. As he did say, he's willing to answer any questions about what they appear to be calling blood veil, but it's unlikely he knows much they don't. His first encounter with it after Brianna was at the temple, when, as he said, the 3 fellow priests received healing for the early symptoms.
If you want to go through the citadel, I suggest we disguise you. Those streets are not safe for clerics.
I suspect there'll be
Absolutely.
hold up. I suspect there'll be hold up here.
It only takes one person to spot you and call out, and the crowds will chase.
And if we could probably leave the way we came in to avoid the crowds that are massing around your front door.
But obviously,
Indeed.
Shani's pointed out, although I can't find the text for it, he says we need to involve the Corvosan Guard, which obviously is something you can possibly arrange. And the
I think
Queen's
that's what
new agents.
Kay was reading.
Yeah, the Grey
He
Maidens.
wants
Yeah.
us to escort him there.
Oh, I apologise. Yes.
Well,
So
that's what I was responding to.
I do apologise. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realise I clicked on that one yet. Sorry.
That's why we need to disguise it.
Indeed.
And exit somewhere besides the main entrance where people are watching for him, some unknown entrance, like.
Well, I'm
one
sure I
that's
can
gonna-
arrange that.
Well, preferably not out a window where we have to climb down in front of everybody.
So here's the two questions: is A, do we need is he recognisable, and do we have to disguise him? And B is, do we call the guards right now before we leave the building?
We won't be able to summon the guard from within the building without.
Why not?
Because it would draw them through the crowd of infected people.
Those are ridiculous shoes.
As for Ashani, were we to cover up his robes, possibly the keys,
Maybe put a hood on him in case they, his face.
he
will
in and
show.
of himself, I apologise for speaking about you as if you're not here, Ishani, but it is the robes that define the priest in this situation rather than the face, I believe.
I agree. If we can cover the white robes and the accoutrements of his trade, we should be able to sneak him out.
Is in the module for these. I just need to remind myself some of the stats mean. This is what I was planning to do earlier, but alas, train strikes and traffic means late dinners, and therefore all my prep time went out the window. Corvosa stat blocks. Okay. Modifies persuasion checks against the petty officials and stealth checks. Okay, that's corruption. Crime, economy, law. Okay, modifies intimidation qualities. Despondent. Goes up in a minute. Disadvantages. It's the dangerous one. This modifies all rolls for okay. There's +10 on random encounters because the danger level's gone through the roof. It's fine.
Hey, hey guys, do we have any of that actors powder stuff left?
Yes, I've got enough for a single use.
Okay, well, I'm just a dirty goblin, so I can just put like mud and such on my shield and on my face, so that people don't think that I'm a cleric or nothing. But we could use the dust on Mr. Ashani, and he might be able to go with this without too much trouble then.
I was planning on having it as a backup in case we were spotted, so we could immediately make him look like someone completely different.
And please, Master Vorka, never refer to yourself as just a goblin ever again. You are far more than that.
Absolutely. Well spotted. I hadn't realised that, Gastius. I was distracted.
Indeed. Okay. Just looking. Short.
You guys may think of me as more than just a goblin, but most of the people out there, they're gonna just see another dirty goblin.
Well, I guess
Perhaps.
that prejudice is to our advantage.
But I would not want you to think of yourself as such, Master Vorka.
No. After the dream that Shelling gave me, I know that I'm more than just a plain goblin.
A very shiny goblin.
Be honest, The way this section of the adventure is written doesn't make sense.
Well, let's cover him in a dark cloak or something like
No,
that.
no, no. So it says when you head to the temple, the unwashed masses occurs. Then when he reads the feed out, is 3 more citizens arrive. And then it says, reaching the citadel poses no problem. Despite Shani's fear to use to the contrary, many in the city attempt to conduct life as normal. So it's like they've just ignored the mass poor people. Do you know what I mean? It's the way the adventure's written. It doesn't make sense. We're going to assume that
it's because we went out the back door and everybody was massing around the front door.
Indeed. But anyway, it would appear that everyone is still trying to get in the front door, so it's not too. It's just struck me as a bit weird. But anyway, okay. Apparently, he makes it there even if you don't escort him. Okay.
He asked us to because we already know Cressida.
Long live plot armor.
But anyway, so obviously, it's unfortunately it would appear it's. I suppose actually though, you're getting as you get further south, you're getting further away from the area where the outbreak has occurred. Yeah. So by the time you get down to the citadel, I think it's probably water down here. So as you get, there's not much problem as you get down to the citadel. You basically are able to get taken straight up to Cressida's office. The guards greet you warmly, noticing as you're heading up to the office. One of them goes, "Well, if you want to hurry and meet the Queen's physicians, you'll have to be quick."
The who?
Actually, so if you want to meet the Queen's physicians, you'll have to hurry. They're in the Citadel courtyard with the Marshal. The Queen's physicians.
I didn't know the Queen had multiple physicians.
The echoes of forcefully spoken but unintelligible words resound off the imposing granite and iron walls of Citadel Volshenek's outer curtain. Dozens of red and silver armoured guards stand in assembly upon the pitted stone mustering ground here, muttering in hushed, sombre tone. Before them, atop the weathered wooden platform, paces Field Marshal Croft, and her eyebrows arch sternly as she momentarily tolerates the crowd murmurs. Behind her, upon the scaffold, stand 3 grizzled veteran guards at attention, as well as an ominous-looking group. These newcomers wear cowled robes of oily-looking leather, supple gloves, and wide black hats. Some grip heavy canes, others dark satchels. Each of them, though, wears a dark, goggled mask tapering to a pointed beak. Among them stand 2 others. The first is a middle-aged gentleman in a simple black overcoat with streaks of white gracing the sides of his short, dark hair. He watches the gathered guards with a soft, concerned expression, his hands tightly clasping a heavy-looking doctor's case. The second figure is an imposing one indeed, one of the Queen's new grey maidens, clad in her resplendent plate armour and crimson plume. The Field Marshal's fierce tone cuts through the rumble of whispers as she addresses the guards. I don't know if this is the right one. We shall see.
You will escort Dr. Davalis and his physicians in their royal duties wherever those might take them. Furthermore, you are to consider orders from any of the Queen's Grey Maidens to be as binding as those of any superior officer in the Corvosan Guard. You are the Corvosan Guard. You will not balk. These are dire times, and your city needs these healers. Your city needs you. Your patrol leaders have your assignments. Dismissed.
As the assembly ends, the guards gathered in the courtyard break up into groups. Many reporting for various duties, while others loiter for only a few minutes to quietly gripe about their new order.
Well, that doesn't sound very good for the autonomy of the Corvosan Guard, does it?
Not really.
If I were a gambling man, I would say that I expect the Field Marshal will want assistance with something fairly shortly, but in the meantime, I think we need to get Master Ashani his audience with her.
You notice as basically Croft and her attendants began to head into the Citadel with the others that were standing on the platform and that obviously member of the Grey Maidens. You notice she spots. You notice she turns her head and then in your direction, and then obviously talks to one of her aides who comes over, saying basically instructed to fetch you. Leader of the Corvosan Guard wishes you to join them in
Makes
her
that
office.
It does, doesn't it? Well, let's do that, shall we?
Heading up to the office, you note, obviously because you've spent a lot of time at Cressida, that she welcomes you, your group, and basically, and appears to be eager to see you. But she seems to be acting slightly guarded in her current company, whether that's because of the physicians or the member of the Grey Maidens. You're not entirely. Crank the volume up. For some reason, it's quiet today, isn't it? Now this one blows your eardrums off. I apologise.
Ah, you've arrived. Allow me to make introductions. Dr. Davalis. These are a group of specialists I have entrusted with various tasks in recent weeks. My friends, this is Dr. Davalis, the man in charge of the government's official response to the plague.
Ah, you must be the brave heroes everyone is talking about. I've heard only good things about you. My name is Dr. Reiner Davalis. I'm the Queen's personal physician, and I'm here to hopefully ease as many concerns about this situation as possible in these trying times.
He sounds like Neil Patrick Harris.
Charmed, I'm sure.
It reminds me of the fish man in Hellboy. The gas geezer.
Is he very tall?
He doesn't tell me his height.
Does he also remind you of the gentleman from Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I
Does that be the same actor?
I've just shared.
What, Neil Patrick Harris? No, it wouldn't.
No, Doug Jones.
Doug Jones, yes. Who mentioned Doug Jones?
Jiminy Monka.
Oh, sorry. I'd moved the earphones.
He mentioned Abe Sapiens from the Hellboy films, that was also played by Doug Jones.
Yes, yes. My hero.
He's not a gassy guy.
He's not the what guy?
He just said he says it reminds me of the gassy guy, and I'm thinking he doesn't sound German. The gassy guy is German.
No, he said the fish man, Abe Sapiens.
Oh, and then he said the gassy guy. It's somebody else.
Sorry, derailing. He looks shifty, doesn't he?
Does anyone want to say anything? I'm just being quiet to let you guys talk amongst yourselves, but then obviously...
A very good day to you, Doctor. It seems... Well, actually, have I ever heard of this guy? Or is he new to Corvosa?
Oh, right, yeah. He's a Chilaxian in his mid-40s. Oh, yeah, he's Chilaxian in his mid-40s. He's...
He doesn't look it. He looks young.
No. A different picture. I'm sure there was a different picture of him somewhere else, but anyway. Find it now. So, sorry. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. He don't. Well, he's Chilaxian. You've not necessarily heard of him before. You could question him on it.
I wasn't aware that the royal family had an official physician, doctor.
He smiles, and in his speech, he's in his speech and mannerisms, he always comes across like a concerned father. Genuinely, obviously, he's obviously got a very good bedside manner, is what I'm trying to say, and it comes across even when he's talking to people who aren't sick. He explains that he served Queen Elosa's family in Egorian, the capital of Chelix, for many years. She contacted him several days ago begging for assistance. And I know the timeline. She would have done it when the infection started, so obviously some time must have gone by. I know the timelines don't work up, but you guys like rushing through things.
Right.
So, yeah.
Most fortuitous she should be here.
Yeah, she obviously contacted.
Like this before?
Yeah, basically begging for assistance on the city's behalf, or maybe obviously once the first reports came in, obviously the Queen decided to get an expert in case she was needed. I think is the way to take it. He accepted the Queen's offer of magical transport to Orcavosa to minimise the time the city would suffer. Without his other physicians' expertise. So he spent a short time assembling a group of the city's most talented healers to help stem the tide if any occurs of any spreading plague.
You've got your work cut out for you then.
Well, he is very obviously very much concerned at the speed it's going, and he said he was hoping he would have more time. That he's more concerned about the speed that everything's having, and in fact goes on to say,
I must admit I haven't found a plan yet. I need to further discuss this situation with Field Marshal Croft.
Yes, Doctor.
But as a start, I have these public announcements that convey the Queen's expectations. They've started to go up around the city. You may have a copy if you like. I certainly have some to spare for those doing their best to help.
Pardon me, might I be of service as a representative of the Grand Vault regarding coordinating our efforts with those of the city?
Your participation is certainly welcome. If you will, gentlemen.
That was obviously Shani kicking in at the end there, wasn't it? Hang on, who's that? So anyway, by decree of Her Royal Majesty, the Radiant Queen Elosa, all citizens and members of the Corvosan Guard are to aid and admit the newly established Queen's physicians in this time of urgency. These royal agents will extend healing to those who are ill and organise defence against the spreading affliction known as Blood Veil. They are to be allowed access to any home or building they deem necessary in the course of their duties. All of those suffering from disease or disorder are to submit themselves to the physicians for treatment. To aid in the duties of the Queen's physicians, know that the Order of the Grey Maidens shall also provide military support as needed. The Maidens answer directly to the Crimson Throne and will be called upon as necessary to augment and strengthen the peace where the city guard will not suffice. Impeding or distracting the Queen's physicians or the Grey Maidens in the pursuit of their duties is punishable by imprisonment. Personating one of the Queen's physicians or Grey Maidens is punishable by death. Knowingly harbouring or hiding the infected is punishable by death. Purposely spreading blood veil is punishable by torture and death. The Queen's physicians will be making the rounds of every city district henceforth until Her Majesty deems this misfortune as abated.
Well, it's nice that you're setting the citizens' minds at ease, making them feel like they're well looked after in this time of trauma.
Well, indeed, as I say, we must do everything. The most important thing is to preserve as many lives as possible by stemming the spread of the disease and healing everyone we can.
He didn't pick up on the sarcasm at all, did
he? No, he didn't.
Oh, I think he did.
I certainly did, which means he certainly did. And did you not hear how he answered the question? That's what I'm asking. I lost my plane. I was about to say something. Yeah. Ishani asked if he could be of service in coordinating the efforts. His participation is welcomed, and he heads inside with the doctor, Dr. Devalius and the physicians, and Ishani head off talking, Cressida, obviously going with them.
Will that be all, Field Marshal?
She nods and sort of she nods, and obviously again that you can tell she's grateful that you were here at this time, and obviously showing that you can always call on her. She can call on you when need be. You get the impression, but anyway, all good.
My. Once they've left, I'm going to sort of look around at everybody else and say, well, isn't this interesting? It's good to see the Queen is so keen to ensure the safety of her city.
If
Oh,
by
yes.
interesting you mean suspicious.
And how much she cares for the mental well-being of her subjects and making sure that they feel safe in this time of crisis.
And the Corvosan Guard are now effectively under the control of the Grey Maidens. With the Grey Maidens being under the control of the Queen directly, that leaves only the Sable Company as the only independent policing force in Corvosa, effectively.
Again, this seems all kind of suspicious.
But the existence of the plague cannot be denied, and if the doctors are able to help,
I really don't give a damn about the whole thing. I really don't.
I never left Whistledown much till I came to Corvosa. Where again did the good doctor say she was originally from, and how far did he have to travel after she supported the plague?
quite some distance, but he did say that magical transportation was provided. He came from the capital of Cheliax, where the Queen lived before she came to marry our king. The gods rest his soul.
I'm just trying to find right. So obviously, Corvosa is here. I remember where Cheliax is. South.
Cheliax is
Yeah.
down south.
So yeah, from all the way down there.
Yeah, quite some way.
But there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I saw anything happen on that map then.
It's west of Andor.
There you go.
There we go. It's happened now.
See? Everybody knows.
So yeah, she'll have arranged for a gates spell or something like that.
My hackles are up and they don't want to go down. This isn't good.
41 whole inches of distance.
However much that is in miles or whatever. Yeah.
No, I can't remember. I don't know. A long way, because the scale. They didn't put a scale on that map.
I think we should perhaps return to our own house to talk.
Perhaps, or it may behoove us to wait on Field Marshal and perhaps speak with her privately.
Shrug. I'm feeling very uneasy.
We can go out and put some of these up. I know that they're not necessarily the nicest messages, but at least it'll let the guys think that we're like falling in line for them.
Well, we could put one or two up on the way back to the house, and then there's a nail in the outhouse that could do with several of them. After that, perhaps it would be wise for us to investigate the bay.
Yes.
I mean, after all, if whatever it was that young Mistress Soldado found washed ashore from that ship, we could at least prevent anything else from coming ashore.
It should be. Yeah, I'm going at this point. I will point out that. Let's have some common knowledge checks. If you're very conversant with Corvosa, you can have a +2 modifier. It's whether you know if you really know the minutiae, like how deep the river runs and things like that. I'll let you guys decide whether you deserve the +2 bonus, because I trust you
I
guys.
grew up here, so I'm
Exactly. Yeah. Well, basically everyone except Leia would estimate, given all the information you've heard, the wreck is probably about. The wreck sank in nearly 80 feet of water.
Oh yes, finding something that would enable us to breathe underwater would be a good idea. If such things might be available from one of the shops or the temples, we would need potions of water breathing, environmental protection, or what have you.
So
And I suspect the markets. Well, we know somebody, but I'm suspecting that one of the first actions taken was closing down the
Closing the
markets.
markets, yeah.
Well,
So
at the moment,
here's the thing.
business is going
Do we-
down round, I say, south of Old Cavosa. At the moment, it's almost business as normal, and it's almost like there's an attempt to keep it as normal. Although, as the couple of days go on, there are more guards around, and you do notice that obviously movement between the areas is monitored and slightly more restricted, and basically people are, if you're moving from area to area, then and you're showing any signs of illness, you don't even have to have the red welts, they're not letting you through the gates. So I think as the next couple of days go on, as you're moving around, but otherwise business is trying to continue as normal.
Right.
Well,
So do we have to go and look at the ship or not? Is there any other options?
Ship is probably a good move. And it
Well,
I would say if you talk to a certain person who has contacts in the city, they may well be interested in your interest in the ship, and may possibly be able to pull the odd string or hair that might be able to help
that's
you.
What I was thinking, right? Because see, while all this is going on with the guards and putting posters on it, I'm not doing it, right? Because I don't like authority. I just don't, because on principle, because of my background, right? So I'm going to do something else. I'm going to go off on my own and dig up some dirt and find out what's really going on.
What's your predicament or problem then?
He doesn't know what to do next.
The best course of action.
Okay, the best course of action. Come back to see Cressida, obviously, a couple of days later, and say you want to go and see, examine the wreck of the Direction, and she'll provide you with potions.
The wreck of the what?
Eruption?
Direction. Direction. Direction? I don't know how you pronounce it.
Right. So the ship's got a name, so therefore it must be important, so we should go and investigate it.
Oh, I was trying to find it. I was desperately trying to find it earlier. Do you remember they would describe it? Obviously, you can probably picture them anyway. But the description of the physicians. There you go.
Plague doctors, big pointy noses. Yeah.
And I did see your whisper earlier, but yeah. There would have been no problems if you had been a paladin and done that. You would have seen that you would have seen that the doctor was a very caring individual with obviously alignment you'd expect from a medical person who aids people.
Right. Okay. So absolutely, definitely bent as a 9 mob note and using some kind of obfuscating magic then. Right. Okay.
Definitely not.
Then I suggest we have a chat with Cressida Croft once she's available to talk to, and say, Gastus will be quite upset that she now appears to be effectively directly under the control of the Queen.
Oh, it looks like I've got a sound effect. I don't know what it's going to do. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, so
I don't know if you've heard.
Okay, I'll shut up. You're talking. I'll shut up. There you go. Well, off to you. I'll play that in a minute.
No, I was just going to say, I was just saying, I've wandered off. I come back and I says, I don't get it. So the girl found a bag, right, supposedly of coins, which I don't know why it didn't sink. That's problem number one. And
Indeed.
I don't think the coins alone would have done it. There must have been something else. So we're gonna have to go to the ship.
Cursed artifact, perhaps.
Conversely,
Indeed.
of course, conversely, the other option I will give you, because you did play the card and to give you value, is if you consider this is a plague, and what is the most common way plagues spread?
Well,
vermin.
Historically, yeah.
Is vermin.
Yet.
Rats.
Well, we can either.
You can ask if you want to talk around a bit. You can ask about if there's been a problem with rats or anything like that, or where you might find rats. You probably can find you probably know a couple of people who would, you can probably find out people who obviously that must be people that work in the sewers.
Another thing is,
another
thing apart from that is we've actually got rat repellent. If we put some rat repellent on our
I've
clothes,
just been looking at that. I've got vermin repellent. Planning on
so we
doing
wouldn't
that.
catch the disease.
I expect we'll find rats in the sewers, and we have an easy way into the sewers in the basement.
You could even be put in charge with one of the sewer workers if you want to examine the rats.
Well, I think we should probably do both in the fullness of time.
If you want, this is what you're told about the rats. I can't remember what you're going to hear here, so I'm intrigued myself now.
They are nesting somewhere in the sewers, I'm afraid. It will not be a nice task, but I'm sure you could find their
That sounds like the doctor,
easily.
doesn't it?
They are primitive creatures, after all.
It does sound like the doctor, but it's interesting. It does, but I have to be honest, there is no indication. I found that Sirenscape doesn't use that one. In the menus when you go through the thingies, yeah. I found that myself. And obviously, having reheard the doctor, it's obviously the doctor. At some point, the doctor obviously was meant to give you the mission, but he doesn't anymore.
Well, without the ability to breathe underwater, the sewers might be the first place to investigate. If we could leave a missive with Field Marshal Croft, that if she could perhaps offer any aid in allowing us or helping us look below the water, that might be beneficial.
Has this disease shown any difference in how it's infected species? Is it going more for some than others, or is it equal across the board?
That's a good question, isn't it? I have a shortcut for that somewhere. Where is it? Combat.
I mean, if it's affecting all species equally, that would suggest
a curse.
Yes.
Item is just very virulent. Speak.
They say that 10 times fast, but I'm not sure you couldn't say it once.
That.
Oh, that does remind me, actually. Can everyone make a vigor check, please? For no reason.
I spend a conviction for no reason. Oh, look, I got a 15.
Oh, somebody's going to critically fail this, isn't it, if they keep going? Just thought I'd put that one out there.
I think, Walker and Thaddeus did just go fail.
No, as I said, there doesn't appear to be any reason. There's no reason to worry about it.
There's lag on the table because I rolled and it's not showing up.
I can see that you got a 5. Yeah, you got a 5.
You got a 5.
Okay. Well, now the table just glitched on me and then it caught it up. So must have been on my end.
Well, let's write Field Marshal Croft a letter saying that if she might be able to assist us in any way in investigating the wreck of the ship, we would be grateful for anything she could provide that would help us journeying beneath the waters. But in the meantime, we can go and check out the sewers.
Indeed.
And the house drakes carry a message like that without being suspicious?
A missive won't be a problem, but yeah, it's all.
Yeah, good. I mean, we can write it on a bit of paper. One of them could fly it there and fly back quite easily, I expect.
Do what?
Send a note.
Well, why don't we just whisper it?
It does appear. Well, obviously,
because not all of us have magic.
After
neither do I.
Or a magic duck.
My gas cylinder's finally given up in my chair. It took 4 years. I'm just feeling myself slowly lowering. I actually, it started to go, but it would sort of only go halfway and stop. Now it's just going all the way down.
Does this mean that on the feed you're just kind of disappearing out of view slowly?
No, when you go and watch it.
I don't think the camera's working today. Oh no, I'm hidden. Let's find out. If I push it, if I stood up, if I extend it, we'll see. At the moment, my head's near the top of the window, so we'll see what happens in a few minutes. It's not as bad as before. Before I could actually feel it going chug chug chug, but it is doing it slowly.
The problem I've got brackets for the cylinder. They only cost about £5.
Oh no! I mean, I've bought a new cylinder. I just can't get the. It's proved impossible to get the old one out the chair.
You don't buy cylinder. It's a bad idea. Just buy the bracket and put the bracket on.
Well, no, because all the reviews
are cylinder out the chair now, can you? No.
No, but I will get the cylinder out the chair when I get my it's the wrench with the rubber strap on it, so that will get a good grip without damaging it. It'll be fine.
The advantage is to being a short ass like me. I never need to be propped up. If I want my feet on the floor.
Yeah, you've got to get the cylinder out of the base of the wheel base as well.
Oh, that's not so bad. That will come out. It's just that I can't get this. I can't get a decent grip on the cylinder to get it out of the chair. I only need to turn it clockwise. Anyway, over time, although it's early on now, but I'll just tell you now because I'm going to forget later. And you did ask, but over time, it would appear that it appears that humans, half elves, and half orcs seem to be more resistant or possibly sometimes immune to the disease than other species.
Okay.
So I'm more susceptible.
Yeah.
No,
And
you just less. You're the baseline. It would appear that humans and half elves and half orcs seem to be have a resistance, have a better chance, more resistant. Is all I'm saying.
So anybody that has human in them is better off.
Yeah.
That's the evidence so far. Obviously, after the first couple of weeks, if you talk to physicians, which I'll present, you have. But this
could be a new press-up line for Gastus. Do you have any human in you? Would you like some?
Oh, please, don't go there. Right. Okay. Too late. Okay, so you're going after the plague rats. Okay.
Well, I am mostly human, so. Unless you're being naughty.
When is it? Okay.
Most of the human, unless you're a really bad person.
Right. So I need to remind myself of it. Okay. So as the couple of days go on and you're sort of planning to do stuff, some events take place. Giving a voice and violence to fear of the plague, a mob of Midland citizens have basically publicly executed a were-rat they discovered prowling in an alley. Obviously claiming that the were-rats are the cause of the plague. Some drunken dock workers braved the sewers to hunt the were-rats, and of course, when they didn't come out, things are escalating. So now there's basically problems coming out. You know, that the current belief is that the blood veil was being spread by the lycanthropes, and now they're killing anyone who heads down into the sewers.
Killing anyone who goes to the sewers.
Well, the rare rats are killing anyone they find in the sewers. Is what the story's saying.
Well, that's going to be great. So if we go into the sewers, we're possibly going to get attacked by were-rats who are quite likely only taking revenge for the death of one of their lot. Again, do I know much about there being were-rats in the sewers from the past? Is this a...
Well,
Corvosa equals Lankmar thing with the rats of the Undercity.
And many, as in many large cities, the tunnels and sewers beneath Corvosa attract all manner of unsavoury elements, combining thieves, vermin, and the odd monster has been found. Many Corvosans believe monsters are nothing more but stories to keep children out of trouble. However,
hang on, that's bollocks. Because didn't we? I mean, I remember going into a place and they were basically cutting up bodies to put in pies. Remember that? And then we looked through the grating and there was that thing down there with tentacles. And then I believe later on there was one of them popped out of the ground, didn't it?
The Otyuks, there are some of those living in the sewers to eat.
They're down there to eat the refuse.
Yeah,
the waste product.
that doesn't preclude there being were-rats living down there as well, though.
Are they like a gelatinous cube?
Otyuks?
Yeah.
Not
no, it's
really.
a big thing with tentacles.
Yeah, they're tentacly beasties.
I meant in their purpose, not their appearance.
Sort of, yes. They eat poo.
Delightful.
Mm.
Remind me to never kiss one.
I need to see the map. Did someone set up there?
If you ever desire to kiss one, you've been charmed.
Didn't someone set up in the basement of the house?
Yes,
Thaddeus?
that was Thaddeus.
Thaddeus. Okay, Thaddeus.
And we do have a door in the basement to the sewers as well.
I know you do, Thaddeus. If you're in the, it looks like a trapdoor, in fact.
Stay away from that trapdoor.
No, I think
especially now.
It's just a crate with a grill on it. I can't see a door down. You didn't make. You haven't.
No, because I've not redone the map to add it yet. But
it's fine.
We spent some downtime.
Anyway, Thaddeus, sure. It's late in the evening. Obviously, preparations are going on, and obviously, panic and fears raging through the city. When the door in the basement is knocked upon, as in the door to the sewers. Someone's knocking on it from the other side.
Someone's knocking at the door.
It's grot bags.
So
somebody at the door.
Yeah, so let's go and answer the door.
Okay. Opening the door. You see
then get on the floor and do the dinosaur.
Behind the door is a mousy second-hand fishmonger with jaundiced eyes, apparently.
Second-hand fishmonger? A pre-owned fishmonger?
It says second-hand fishmonger.
Or is it a monger of pre-owned fish?
Might be a second-hand fishmonger. Yeah, pre-owned fish with jaundiced eyes.
Maybe he sells used mermaids.
Yeah.
Aries Yellow Eyes. She introduces herself as Aries Yellow Eyes.
Nice.
Not a second-hand fishmonger, a second-hand fishmonger.
A mousy second-hand fishmonger with jaundiced eyes is how she's described, which I find very strange.
Okay.
It is bloody weird.
Have you got any second-hand fish now?
there's parts of the fish that most people don't eat that are really actually very 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 tasty. So I can see a second-hand fishmonger.
It could well be what it means, yeah. There you are. That's a direct quote straight out of she
That's ridiculous.
she explains she's seen much suffering in her time in Corvosa. She's basically lived in Corvosa for more than 50 years. She's seen much suffering at the time, including devastating government-directed purges. And she knows, she's heard obviously the tales of you, and she's come to she apologized for coming in such a strange way, but she fears she has a tale to tell you and needs your help. And she talked to the rest of the household.
Well, we better go upstairs and Look what I found.
You don't need to talk about company you've brought in that way, Master Thaddeus. If you wish to have a woman in your chambers, this is not something that we need to know about, unless, of course, you're introducing the lady as someone who'll be visiting regularly.
While this is going on, she has this strange grin on her face. She goes, I think it's let's get certain things out of the way. I'm very proud of my lycanthropic blood, and I have been a were-rat in living in secret in Corvosa for 50 years. And I need your help.
Gastus will look around at everybody else, and since nobody else seems to be saying anything, he will.
I mean, I
Yep,
don't have a
go
problem with
ahead.
that.
Talk.
It's just a condition. Everybody, I've got a condition. So what? Yeah, okay. Do you know what? I'd rather talk to the little people than talk to the Queen's guards. You know what I mean?
There's
Well said, Master Waldsall. Well said.
Indeed. As I say, having lived here for 50 years, I've seen multiple government-directed purges at the lycanthropes races of the city, and I'm afraid that oh god, I'm going to see how anyone else wants to pronounce this one. Gurigas. His warmongering ways will probably quickly incite another purge. I implore you to try and talk sense into this violent were-rat and his... Sorry, my efforts to talk sense into this violent were-rat and his gang have failed, but I've heard of you through my contact in the Corvosan Guard, and I believe that if anyone can do something about Greg's before more lives are lost, I implore you to speak with him and, if necessary, offer him an example of the force the city would doubtlessly employ should his rebelliousness continue. If possible, however, I feel you should only make this demonstration upon him himself, and please try not to kill any others if it can be avoided. She says she will give you directions to his lair.
You realize, Miss, Ma'am, whatever, that the suspicion is that this plague that's affecting the city and killing so many above ground.
Well, indeed, and this is it. And
I believe that may be why the lady is here.
This is. I'm also offering exchange. I'm offering an exchange if you prevent another needless massacre by the government on my kin and friends. I will ensure that my kin and myself will work in our own way to fight the plague from the shadows, of course, by disposing of infected bodies and anything else we can.
Well, here's the other thing, and probably the more important help, since you guys are more familiar with the sewers. There's a suspicion that the plague is originating or being spread by rats from the sewer. Now, they're taking it out on the were rats, obviously, but ordinary common plague rats could be the source of the problem. And should you help us eliminate the source of the problem, or be willing to help us, then that gives us something that we can use to persuade the guard and the authorities to give you time to clean up whatever this is happening in the sewers yourselves.
I believe the lady wouldn't be here if the source of the problem was in the sewers itself, Mistress Teaberry, but...
Indeed, in fact, as I say, the incident that has triggered things lately was, I admit, the were-rat that was caught hanging around was there waiting to abduct a member of the guard, as it was part of Griggs's first attempt to stoke up stuff. I fear that things will escalate, and the people of Corvosa will be more than happy to provoke. At the moment, the people of Corvosa are just doing anything they do that is confrontational. Just brings more to Griggs's side. If we can stop Griggs's, then I believe that any rats that will be found that are deemed to, we can help clear out the rats down below as well as disposing of the bodies.
it would seem to me that dealing with this Girgers of yours would be, well, in the best interests of all the peoples of Corvosa, both those above and below.
I agree.
And as a son of Corvosa, I, for one, will help you.
Kind of like the goblins that we encountered when we was escorting that lady out. That it only takes one bad apple to make things nasty for everybody else. So yeah, let's go and take care of this guy.
Well said, Master Volker.
Yeah, and I must admit, attacking weird rats on principle is just discrimination. Sorry, but it is.
Well,
There's
that's not
nothing
what this
wrong with
is.
people that go squeaking at night. No.
It does depend on where one is doing the squeaking, but yes, I understand the sentiment, Master Waltel.
So she obviously will give you directions on how to get to the lair. So the only question that I suppose really has to be asked is, obviously I've already removed your horse. I don't think you're taking your horse down the sewers.
No.
Who else, if anyone, do you not want to send down the sewers with you? Is Rutia, Genia, and Bujenko and Cease going with you into the sewers? Is all I'm really asking.
I am going to ask our Genia if she wants to come, because I'm not supposed to be her keeper. I'm supposed to be helping her learn about the world. So I'm going to explain, because they're intelligent creatures. I'm going to explain to her where we're going and why we're going, and ask her whether she wants to come. And if she's daft, she'll want to come. I have a feeling she's going to remain behind at the moment.
It's
I'll
up to
certainly
you.
come with you, Gastus.
Is Majenko coming, I think, is the question Kev's asking of you, dear.
No, Majenko can stay here, and if anybody needs to get a message to me, Majenko can find me.
Okay, is Ruti and Cease coming down?
Yes.
Rudy's just a baby. I can't leave him untended.
That's fine. That's fine. And Genia's not coming. That's absolutely fine. I shall put all of you there, and then go. Bugger! I've just covered up the pin, so I can't see the pin anymore. Where's the pin
The
gone?
question is, do we need to take the other stuff with us? Do we need a crowbar? We're not going to be doing any climbing, are we?
I doubt we need a crowbar, but we might need a rat line.
Okay. So the trek through the sewers to Griggs's location does take a fair bit of time, but it is uneventful. Eventually, you come to a tunneled-out gap in the sewer wall. Though disgustingly visible through the through the disgustingly visible haze of noxious sewer week, the flow of an unmentionable slop through the sewers tunnel. Filth. I can't speak today. Through the sewers tunnel's filth, slick channel unexpectedly forks.
That wasn't an easy paragraph.
No. Most of the muck continues on its expected path, but a small stream of ooze diverts off through a wide cleft in the mouldy masonry wall. The man-sized crack cuts deep into the rock behind the wall, and wisps of white smoke issue.
That is what we know is a clue.
First, what I'm going to have to do actually is I'm going to delete all the tokens off the map.
I didn't notice we were on.
I'm just going to delete all tokens from the map. Just in the description. And I'm just going to put Vorka on the map right now. Well, I could probably fit a couple on. So there's Vorka, there's Thaddeus. I'm just doing it in the order you're on the combat tracker, and there's Sassafras. I'll just put the three of you on, and then as the others want to move on to the map, as you move out the way, I'll move more onto the map. So hopefully others will be able to see what they can see, I hope.
Yeah.
So obviously what you can see, you've got the gap going in, or you've got the tunnel going down. You've got the tunnel continuing down to the south.
Well, one question I've got to ask is there any dead people?
Because you see dead people.
Oh, this so winds me up. I have to go through the whole frigging bloody dungeon looking for
dead people.
It's fucking annoying ability, that.
Don't worry. Give us a while and we'll all have fucking annoying abilities.
But that one's really annoying. Because it's... Mind you, actually, no, it's a lead-lined sewer.
Why not? Flint, Michigan has lead-lined water pipes.
For so long that the walls are covered in it.
Yeah.
No, it answers your question. There aren't any.
Oh, I was thinking up even more annoying than that is what happens if I eventually, when you do a tarot reading at the start of a chapter, you have to tell each character which card, the card that they picked, where in the adventure it works. Because it's the only way I can think of getting the see the future ability to work.
I'm just going to ban them.
No, there are lots of ways to do it. I've got a witch in the campaign I'm running that's got that exact ability.
Okay,
all it does is give out a ben. All it does is give out a Benny until such a time as the prediction or something close to the prediction comes through. It's quite easy to work with. That is.
Right. So it looks like Vorka's going to take the side passage as opposed to heading down the rest of the way. Is that your plan?
Well, we were told where his lair was. Were we told? You know,
well,
go
this
here
is the
and
area.
there's a side passage. Go down that.
No. You were just told this area.
Right.
Right. Well, there's lights on to the right of us, and there's a set of bars down the bottom. There's like a caged off area down the bottom of the map.
Before I accept your move, Vorka, I need you to make a notice check.
Yeah, there's somebody living in there because they've got light on.
Okay. It's fine. I shall accept your move. And then I shall put there on the map. There.
Yay.
Justice on the map.
I exist.
I'll put Aki on the map. So you're all there together. Obviously, I will add Ruti and Cease when there's a bit more room. Okay. Vorka strides purposefully through the channel with white foamy stuff. The flow of the sewer filth oozes through this rough-hewn stone cave from the west, pooling to the south before continuing through a crude channel in the eastern wall. Fat black mushrooms and other disgusting fungus grows thick around the pool of slime. Several low alcoves are cut into the walls, each filled with mouldering hay, filthy furs, and tiny bones. So,
yeah, there's definitely a fire over there, isn't there? That looks very much like a lair of some kind.
Indeed.
Oh, we've definitely stumbled into a lair.
It should be pointed out as you all step in here, the mushrooms start screaming.
Oh, they're shriekers, aren't they?
They are indeed. And unfortunately, Walker didn't spot them.
I'm unfamiliar with this fungus.
They're human-sized purple mushrooms that emit a piercing sound.
Are they the ones with tentacles?
No.
They're mushrooms.
Yeah,
they're alarm mushrooms, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Mushrooms and tentacles are not mutually exclusive in this world.
Yes, point taken. Okay. They emit a piercing sound that basically can go on for quite some time. Whenever there's movement or a light source close to them, the level of shrieking makes it impossible to hear any other sound within 10 inches. So basically, you can't communicate. You can't verbally communicate with each other because you can't hear anything because the mushrooms are screaming. It's not the silence of the lambs; it's the silence of the mushroom. The silence of the mushrooms you want here. Obviously,
the screaming of the mushrooms.
The screaming of the mushrooms. Also, as has been correctly pointed out, of course, is they are alarm mushrooms.
which means people know we're here.
People in the broadest sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can see rats coming out the walls.
I thought they were savage squirrels.
As long as they're not cocaine squirrels.
No, that's Kev's other setting.
I'm going to have to run that soon.
What, Attack of the Cocaine Squirrels?
Cocaine
Cocaine
owlbear.
owlbear.
Cocaine
Aren't
owlbear.
aren't we due for a Savage Saturday soon?
We are due for a Savage Saturday. So cocaine owlbear
Well, I
will be
was
our
really
next.
hoping, since this was a leap year, that it would be the obvious, but hey, can't have everything.
That would be cool.
Your
Yeah,
whole
so
dealing.
that kind of echoed quite far.
What, my cough? I'm sorry.
No, not your cough. The squealy thingy that there's rats everywhere. Oh, you want to see how many there were? Oh, yeah.
I'm going to just bite that is.
Who put the bloody light on?
Me.
Why didn't that work? Oh, good. I'm back to the day where my F12 shortcut doesn't work. It's funny how that happens from time to time.
Oh, here we are, bugs galore.
Don't forget that useful command.
By the way, so this bug that we're not supposed to talk about, is that going to get fixed?
Given that I don't understand a bloody thing about it, I have no idea. Like I said in the thing, they broke it. Once they tell us how we fix it, we'll fix it.
No. Oh, right. I'm talking about the C image.
The bug. What are you talking about? You're talking about the for 2.5D.
Yeah, that's causing all the console errors in this at the moment, isn't it?
Well, is it? It's not even launched it, is it? So
No, but it's causing all the console errors. That's why you're all getting console errors with tokens.
you still got it turned on, is it?
I haven't got it turned on at all. It just causes console errors for you lot. I've never used it in this rule set.
I haven't had any console errors.
Maybe they fixed it.
No, it's appearing on mine.
Up from for you.
Are you running update? Are you running Fantasy Grounds Classic still? Or are you updated?
Thaddeus, you're up.
I actually haven't updated. No.
Haven't.
No, I'm not on the latest version, which
That's
just came
probably
out.
why it's coming out with bugs, isn't it?
No,
There you
it came
go.
up last week as well. So, the thing is, we can't post a bug report for it.
Remember, we promised not to kill any of them, and these dire rats could just be were rats in dire rat form. Not that anyone can hear Gastus say that, but he's going to say that,
Hungry.
having made his occult roll. But of course, all anyone can hear is.
Okay, Thaddeus is
From the
obviously shocked because he's taken more than 6 seconds to react.
What?
I'm putting him on hold. Right, get Sassafrasher up. Try to keep things moving. So if you don't do anything for more than for 4 times the amount of 6 seconds and you don't say anything, I'm just going to put you on hold.
Right, okay, sorry, I was looking at. Oh, that thing was in the way. Right, close. I was going to save it, send it to somebody. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Sassafras. Let Sassafras go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Now I got the weir rats over the center, so now I can't move the template.
I'm going to start cheating. Okay, I'm going to start cheating by when people want to come off hold. I'm going to use cards to move you down the tracker. Makes my life easier.
and using selective. This shouldn't hurt them. It's not supposed to actually hurt them. But dire rat 1, 10, 3, 11. The were rat. Dire rat 2. Does touch them, so I can get them. Oops. Oh. I'm missing some. Dire rat 7. 9. I'm just getting some terrible lag on my computer today.
That's everything that's affected by the air effect that isn't a party member.
I'm just trying to clear a path here. And that just should, they have to do a strength might, but they're all distracted. I can apply that though.
Yes, you can.
Now, would it also throw the mushrooms around, i.e., uproot them and maybe make them be quiet?
No, don't think so, because that'd be too easy, wouldn't it?
Oh, okay. Had to ask.
It's a good idea to ask. Reminds me, I need to roll dice, but I've got to wait for the
You're gonna
effects to
have
finish.
to roll because they got the
Yeah, no,
strength.
I need to do something else first. I need to roll this first. Okay. So I need to go to effects. Need to turn on global effects and look at. Okay, that's fine. There isn't one, so I can just put in it's on.
10 and 11 should have been targeted as well, but I don't see them having been targeted and applied.
10 was targeted, but I suspect there was a double clicking. I
Apply
did.
it to 10.
Where's 11?
Right next to Gastus.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, everyone's deafened. Okay. Oh, I just closed the map. Okie dokie, here we go. Okay, that would be a strength check. Alright, number 7 is here, so that would be that. Okay. Alright, number 8.
Do they get blown back? Or is there no room to blow them around?
Most of them are not going to be going too far because they're right there against the wall.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
We didn't promise anybody we wouldn't kill dire rats. We promised that we wouldn't kill were rats, but I made an occult. I made an occult roll to remember that were rats can turn into dire rats, but that doesn't necessarily mean that these dire rats are were rats. They could just be dire rats that the were rats keep around. Two of them are were rats anyway. Yes.
Booty gets hit in the smush by a direct. That won't affect either of you, so I'm not going to worry about it.
I'm sure they will try really hard to kill us. We're here to try and persuade them to not do that, and I have a feeling we need to find the boss one to do that.
We needed to clear a path.
Okay, well, next is this one here. Brink. Alright, which is here, so we can't move. But the damage won't affect him because he's got nothing to do. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, 2. Boy, he would have made it if he hadn't been. Okay, he'll be shaken by that. And then he'll go flying into direct 1. So direct 1 takes 3 wounds as he's hit in the face by. Sorry, where at 1 takes 3 wounds as he's hit in the face by a flying direct.
Fortunately, they regenerate.
And then direct number 3 fails to. So, but will be unaffected as he goes over there. And then direct 4 is over here. Strength. Oh, he's okay actually. He made it. Yeah, he's absolutely fine. And I think that's the end of the dirats that are affected. Then we get down to the weirats. Weirrat 1 will is staying put and then gets hit in the face by a dirat. Obviously scratches him to piggery him back.
Broke his nose, and for a rat, that means something.
Incapacity.
Yeah, no more woofly.
Okay, the wererat's bleeding out.
Yeah, but he'll regenerate. He wasn't killed with silver.
He's been incapacitated. If he doesn't regenerate, he's dead. Let me check. That's the fast reaction. Because this is what I'm thinking. The environmental, unless the rule, I attempt a natural healing roll every round. So yeah, actually, he just stays. He stays. It's an interesting one. That what happens if you're bleeding out? If you fail your vigor roll, you bleed to death. So does that proceed? I think you know what I mean. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, considering healing is done at the end of the round, isn't it?
Not necessarily.
Natural healing roll every round, unless basically the bleeding out is done first, isn't it? So if he bleeds out, he dies, I think. But then supposedly you're not supposed. It's an interesting one because if you take the rules as written, I think he dies because this is Savage Worlds and the rules get interesting on that. They're not immune to normal damage.
True.
I think they can be killed by normal damage. Logically, they're not immune to it.
What hit it?
A dire rat.
A dire rat.
The dire rat attacked the were rat.
No, someone basically someone cast a tornado, and the guy got hit by a dire rat traveling at 100 miles an hour.
Rat.
Okay.
Rat missile. Got it.
Yes. Gets us to Rooty.
Did anybody see that season of Red Dwarf where Starbug is growing?
Go up at bottom. Yes, a rat's bum. Well, my wife's never actually seen Red Dwarf before, so we're finally up to the day where we've been watching them. We started at episode 1, series 1, and we're watching them on the lunch breaks on the days where we're actually in the house together, working from home, and we've just finished the first of the Dave series. Not the mini series. So we've just finished Red Dwarf 10. Crichton's her favourite character.
Crichton is awesome. Right.
Is Rooty doing anything?
Yes, Rudy's going to poke his head out from the cloak. Now, if he has his own power points, can he spend power points for selective and increasing area of effect, etc.?
I'm just trying to remember if you can do that. I think they're innate, so I think you can, can't you? Oh no, he's got arcane background magic, so yes, he can.
So I'm gonna spend 3, 4, but it doesn't say what the base cost of this spell. Oh, so that would be 6 altogether out of his. And he's going to do a large burst template because he don't like these things. They're ugly. But he was apparently paying attention to Gastus. Well, anyway, I was trying to move it up a little bit more just so it catches number 10 and see if I can get any of those others in there. Because he's going to cast Slumber.
Good idea.
Needs
If
to
the
be.
roach is there, that would get most. That will get most.
Okay, so do I need to target him or? Yes, I probably do.
Okay, hang on. They're overlapping, aren't they?
Oh, it's not it won't let Rudy target the same way, so you'll have to just catch everybody in there.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Yeah, let's clear targets. The targeting's gone funny. Right, Ruti is targeting the Darat. And Darat. 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 That's to Werewolf. Darat. And Wolf Were-Rat, I meant, obviously. There you go.
I can spend my bennies for him.
Did you take Beast Trend?
No, I've got.
Oh, is it a familiar? It's a familiar,
I
isn't
can't
it?
hear anything over that. That's so loud.
Yeah, I can't control what why they're different volumes, I'm afraid.
And it's not under familiar that he doesn't get his own bennies, but I can spend mine, so he's going to re-roll that.
Yeah, obviously, I've down the volume. It was at 130%. I put it back down to 100.
I hate to kind of spoil it, but isn't Slumber not going to work?
Why?
Because this mushrooms are shrieking.
Slumber
they'll wake straight up again.
They'll wake straight up again.
Not too worrying about that.
Rudy's just a baby, so he don't know that, and it puts them all to sleep for a minute.
It'll still knock them all prone. They'll have to recover.
Mm-hmm.
So I push the slumber thing.
Paige can spend it on on its behalf, which is fine. I just need to do something else on Rudy because I've just noticed something. Needs an ability. We'll make a special ability. His special ability is he is a familiar. He has a wound threshold equals 3. Because he's a familiar, he doesn't have. Familiars do not get wild cards in terms of the amount of wounds they take before they're incapacitated. They don't get the wild dice, which is all good. And slumber, any effects of slumber, make a spirit roll. Those who fail, okay. Spirit check at -2. Very loud noises. Your attempts to physically raise a sleeper grant another spirit roll. Only grants them a spirit roll. Darat number 7 falls asleep. Darat number 9 actually should add prone to the effects of slumber, shouldn't I? About it.
Probably. Interestingly, they're more likely to fall asleep because they're distracted by having been flung around the room.
Indeed.
Me and Rudy are a team.
Doesn't fall asleep. Does fall asleep. Let's fall asleep. That does fall asleep. This is going to be a very short encounter, I can tell you about it. Everyone's just going to plump their effects down, and that's that. Oh, doesn't fall asleep.
Oh, the were-rats are gone.
Where at?
They're rat.
And only the ones
Thank you. I'm glad somebody actually got that.
I did, but I was too busy dealing with everything else. Right, okay, so then I'm clearing targets and closing that one off. And then I get to do that. Thaddeus' go.
Alrighty-ho. Sleepy, he's sleepy, he's sleepy, 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 sleepy. Okay, so that were-rat's still up, isn't he?
Morals. Okay. One, find 1, 2, 3, slumber. One of them's bleeding out. The other one's up and running. Okay, yeah. Slumber.
Right. Okay. So she's casted slumber. What I'll do is I'll cast
And
stun.
you can't silence because so if we had silence, we could stop that shrieking.
I know we don't.
X dot.
Even the sound effect don't do it.
Dot label.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna target out large bust area and go for a stun. And I've done it. I've done the template so that rat at the back gets it as well.
Okay. Added prone effect slumber. Next time I compile the M3L, that will be in the module. Sending. It's a cantrip.
What? Have I cast the wrong spell? Have I?
I was going to say, you cast the cantrip. Cantrips can't have... Anyway, what were you trying to cast?
Stun. It's still the same die.
I know it's still the same die, but it just means I don't get to click on the shortcut. I got very confused there because it's like, why are you casting sending? It's a single target. It is a cantrip. It doesn't have any effect. Okie dokie. So
It starts with an S.
Successful casting means the victim must make a vigor roll with -2. With you didn't get the raise, so they get to all make vigor checks, but they're all distracted. So this is getting ridiculous. I tell you what, the easiest thing to do is actually apply the stun to everyone, because I can always take it off for the ones that make it. So I do that.
So Benny to get it. Benny to get it.
A raise. One goes on a bit, that one, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, let's take the one shots down now. The associates. Right, Fancy Grounds is having a bit of a sulk at the moment because it's trying to.
I've just found another bug. You know, you can't target enemy units now.
Yes, you can.
No, by block select.
I don't know. Fancy Grounds, I think, is crashing at the moment. That's the problem. I'm hanging, so that's probably why you can't target. There you go. I thought you had them all targeted. I thought you had them targeted, so it's already applied the stun effects because you'd already had them targeted. You see. And then he removes the targeting, which really makes my life harder. Don't clear targets.
Right, okay, I've stopped clicking things.
But you just make my life harder because now I have to bloody retarget everything.
Right, so put on target mode, select enemy units, and it doesn't have a cursor. Right, see if this works.
But why are you targeting everything and untargeting it and then targeting it when I'm trying to bloody make saving throws?
There you go. I have no idea, but I've done it. I've
fucking right.
targeted it.
You targeted. You just targeted everything on the map.
Okay, I'm not touching a thing then. It was me.
Targeted every fecker on the map.
Yeah, that's something else I have to do.
On this map at all. There's no feckers on the map. There are no feckers on that map.
It's
fecker free.
Anything that's broken is you.
I'll just say, I'd just like to interject. So the person that sent us down here, I hope that it wasn't a second-hand red herring. They were trying to peddle.
Right, where were we? Now, okay, stunned. So, vigor check. Right, he's stunned. Next one.
Yeah, because they've been thrown about a bit, so I thought, yeah, if they aren't going to go to sleep, I think they'll have a lie down for another reason. Some of them are sleeping, funnily enough. At least one is.
Stunned. He's definitely okay. He's stunned. Vigor. And stunned. Stunned. And there we go. Then I'll clear the targets.
Right.
You're fully frustrating you today.
Right, and finally, before we sort all this out, because I'm not sure who's who, Lex Hex curse the were rat.
Which one?
The one that's still alive, the one that's not incapacitated. He has been stunned, right? But he's distracted, and I want to keep him distracted. So let's hex curse him.
This is the face of a GM who's had enough of their effect.
Walker.
Right. There we go. What happened there? Oh, someone moved the end turn after I moved it back to apply an effect and then, okay, right, fine. Okay, sure, go.
Okay, we got all kinds of rats and such that are down and not real happy about life. So Vorka is going to come marching back here, and he's going to just start hollering about, "Hey, we are not here to fight you. We don't want to fight. We're actually trying to stop fighting. And you guys are not making this easy. You know that? We don't want anybody to die."
So you're moving.
And I meant to throw a. It's supposed to be two actions. I'm going to throw a stabilize on the one that's bleeding out.
Okay, I'll just add in the extra monsters into this room that you just triggered because you walked into a new room.
Well, the first one did it. I didn't need the Benny. I told myself, blasey. Okay, and I'm going to pick that one to make a persuasion check against. to call off their buddies.
Mm-hmm. 11. Okay. So I'm about 5 steps behind everyone today because I'm still trying to sort out all the.
Sorry.
You're supposed to
Blame
be
the trains.
32 steps ahead of everyone. Dungeon Master.
Right, I'll tell you what. Next Rifts game, we'll get everyone to target every bad guy with multiple area effects at the same time. See how well you cope.
No, I'll just have a nervous breakdown. That's all right.
You got a 11, 8. Only got 1 success, so they're unfriendly. If you were hostile, you make one of them unfriendly. Which one did you target? Oh, my seat just sunk as I got off it and sat on it again. That one. Okay, he is unfriendly. The others are still hostile.
Okay. I tried.
You
Tried
did.
to talk them down.
You did. You need something like work the room, don't you, to get more than multiple effects? Okie
Yeah.
dokie. Which is
Vorka isn't steady enough to of himself to do work the room just yet. So
now Rat 1, I believe, remained stunned. I think it rolled earlier, didn't he? Darwat Run, stun recovery, distracted -4. Darwat 1 remains stunned. So Darwat Run isn't doing anything. Darwat 2 remains stunned. Why is stunned expiring? It never used to.
No, it shouldn't.
They updated it to make it better.
Yeah, because it's been set to only last for 1 round, except it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. It
remain
certainly
on.
shouldn't do. No,
Yeah.
it should. It stuns. Stunned vulnerable. Oh, bollocks. That's a bug in the power. Or stunned. Let's have a look. Stunned #stuns. Duration 0. Why is the power showing a duration?
It should be showing duration -1, should it not?
No. Why is stun showing that? Okay, stun label stunned. Duration count 0. Stun no source 1. Showing that. I don't know why it's showing stun no source, but the duration in the original thing is set to 0, so it shouldn't have a duration counter on it. But the bloody power is showing 1 turn. Why is that? Oh well.
I'm pretty sure it should be -1.
No, you just set the duration to 0 in you set duration to 0 in the effect code. Give it no duration.
On the combat tracker, let's see.
You can't change the numbers on the combat tracker, can you? I mean, once you make them, that is the most frustrating thing they broke. It really winds me up that somewhere along the line, whatever they did means you can't create custom effects with durations anymore on the combat tracker on the fly. Winds me up. Oh well.
It's a bug.
Yeah, and then and basically I try and if I try and change the stunned effect, it goes off all of them. Oh well, all the rats are going to recover. What a shame. It's unfortunate. Well, they'll stay stunned for one round, and then next round they won't be stunned anymore. So I'm past the point of caring right now. I'm fed up with them breaking everything. Aki, you're up.
Is that a dire rat in front of us? So we're not trying to kill the dire rats. Is that what you're saying?
We are
The
trying to
dire rats,
incapacitate, but not kill. If only one of us was a druid with beast trend that could make all of the dire rats friendly. Aha!
AoE that shit? I don't know.
Pirates are animals.
Yeah, but can I do an AoE of that spell? Just reading it now. Swarms can be not a swarm though. Are
No, it's not. It's not an air effect.
You can do multiple targets though.
No, multiple targets is not an option. You have to cast it multiple times.
I can make this one friendly. That'll do to start with.
No. The cost to cast is equal to the sum of their size, minimum 1 per creature. Controlling 5 wolves, size 0, costs 5 points, for example.
I was looking at modifiers. I wasn't reading the spell description. I'm getting up there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Of course, you can affect multiple things.
If at multiples, it's a minimum of 1 per creature, but it's 1 per size with a minimum of 1.
It's just elephants that you got a problem with.
Oh yeah.
Pack of pachyderms.
But dire rats are size either 0 or -1, aren't they?
Size. Well, it's going to cost you 1 point per dire rat then.
Yeah. 1 point per dire rat in range, because you still can't do it with things that are out of range.
And also you've got to have line of sight to the buggers.
So you probably want to enter the room.
And then declare how many dire rats you're casting it on, then roll the dice. You don't get to roll the dice and then decide how many spell points it costs you.
Has that dire rat decided he's attacking anyone, or is he just standing there chewing? Is he chewing on roots?
Well, they're all stunned at the moment.
Good, so I'm going to go here then.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, has he acted yet? He is distracted and stunned, so yeah.
Got 5 of them targeted. Did they have to resist, or did I just get them?
You can see 10 of them, I think, from there.
Can I get 10 of them?
If they're within range, you can get as many as you've got
there's no limit other than power points.
But it is smarts range, so you might have to pay an extra power point for extra range if you want to get ones that are more than your smarts away, like unless your smarts D8, dire rat, 8's
There's
going to be
8
out.
power points for the to target 8 of them. And then what's the range on it?
That's your range limit. That's your range limit.
So I had to stick. Oh, they're in range now then, so that's good. So I can get them like that.
If you take a couple of steps forward, you'll get the other ones too.
Yeah.
He'd have to run to take a couple of steps forward.
True.
Yeah, he's got very short legs.
Also, I should point out that he's wading through the river, and I'm being nice and not treating it as the difficult terrain it counts at, because he's a druid, and I suspect it doesn't affect him. But I'm past the point of carrying it this point.
Water and all kinds of weird terrain, like it's just a
yeah,
solid carpet.
he's got wild step.
That's what I figured. That's why I didn't mention it.
Apart from that, you just did. But
it's unmentionable. It's unmentionable.
I did mention the fact that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You missed a Dara out if you want to spend 9 power points.
Did I miss one out?
You missed, yeah.
Probably 10. It's underneath something.
Trying to see. Yeah, you've targeted that one. It's Darat number 5, I think. You haven't targeted. Hang on, let's click on. Yeah, let's click on you. Darat number. You've missed 2, in fact, at the moment. If you're trying to get all of them in range. I'm gonna stop there.
I can't see.
Oh,
all of them in
you
range.
can't see them. I apologise. I shall reward you a Benny because I'm being stupid because I couldn't see the rock.
You can see through rocks and I can't. So can I can't get the ones I can't see, can I?
You can't get the ones you can't see. So, okay.
Yeah.
You've successfully cast a 5. So then we can hit them all with Beast Friend, the ones you have.
What would the rays do? Making them into glorious puppies.
Oh, that's not annoying.
No, not at all.
Horrible.
It's no more. I'm casting my powers all a lot. That's what you got to let me do my powers, okay?
This is the problem. This is the problem with them wanting sound packs on Savage Worlds. Savage Worlds doesn't have the niceties of the D20 system they wrote the bloody software for. Therefore, because it has the word Beast Friend in it, in the effect, it's going to do that. I'm going to have to, and I've put in all their clever stuff.
Time.
It's going to do it every time. That's not going to get annoying. But it's realistic, I suppose.
You'd just expect for an area effect or multiple effects, it would be a bigger sound, not repeated.
I can't do
You could
anything
make
about
so
it. It's the
instead
way
of
the
applying
code's
on
written.
Effect, you could make it so it applies on cast.
It is
Yes.
set for casting, but it's still the bloody software still goes. Oh, you put the word Beast Friend in. I'm going to do it anyway. This is what I'm saying.
Make the casting words a bit more specific to the casting.
It is alchemy, faith, spell casting. I put them all in, and it still ignores them.
Woosai.
Alchemy, faith, spell casting, performance, : Beast Friend is what's supposed to trigger it. It's still activated because it saw the word Beast Friend in the pattern.
Sometimes you have to split it up into multiple lines, the activation, because it's a bit of a tit. But yeah,
I'm not
Beast
that
Friend,
impressed
they're
by
my
it. It reminds
friends
me.
now. Hello, friends. These are my friends. Have you
Right.
met my friends? They love me. I'm a druid, and druids love animals.
This is up next. Should be pointed out
It's
for
one
this
of the
bloody
best.
fight. It should be pointed out for this fight. I am moving the combat tracker on when I've done all the effects and applied everything, because otherwise people end their turn and I lose the will to live as I'm halfway through sorting stuff out and it all goes horribly wrong. Anyway, later up.
There is a reason for passing turns as a GM and
Okay.
into fantasy ground Swade.
I presume that Diarat 10 is not friendly yet. Going by is still red, am I correct?
Well, they're all still red.
Oh. Is he beast friended or not?
You don't
They
know,
are
do
my
you?
friends. The one that's near you,
You can make
beast
it.
friended.
You can make an occult roll. You can make an occult roll to try and determine it, because Aki most certainly.
Don't bother hitting that one. I've beast
Freak! Aki can't talk to you. You don't know you don't know what Aki did. You didn't hear him cast the spell. You didn't hear him what he said. So you'll have to make an occult roll.
All right. I'm making it. Yeah. Get your knickers out of that twist.
She heard my voice echoed through the corridor and bounced into her ear using occult power.
Also because Leah's a cat.
Sorry, would you like to repeat that, please, Jiminy? I didn't hear what you said.
I said
That's ironic.
Oh dear, look at that. No one can hear him because of the shrieking. I just muted you. Don't worry.
That was mean.
Couldn't resist. I have absolute power.
Echo.
Anyway, you made your unskilled occult roll. Therefore, you think, well, it's stunned anyway, isn't it? So you're probably okay. But I can't tell anymore what's going on. I've lost the plot.
Nothing new there.
Do you know that Doswelker's got a killer cat in my Rifts game? Walked up behind a guard, pulled him in, and cut his throat with his claws.
How rude.
With the drop, so he killed him instantly.
He's already incapped. I didn't realise that. Is he in danger of dying?
He's no longer bleeding out. Yeah, he's still bleeding out. He's just got a +2 on his vigor check.
But he gets a +2 on the roll to avoid
Yes.
bleeding out. So
Doesn't mean you couldn't do something to support that further.
Okay, I will tourniquet where he's bleeding. Of course, that is assuming it's not something stupid like his throat.
It wasn't a cold shot, isn't it? So therefore it's torso. Love that though. Yeah. Oh, he's bleeding in the front. Quick, apply the tourniquet. He's done. What was I watching? Oh, it was. I watched the last. We watched the final episode of The Last of Us. The pun made me laugh. What did the green grape say to the purple grape?
I don't know.
Breathe, you fool.
That's from the joke books, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. I just thought that was very good. It did make me smile, that one.
Yeah, it's a really good TV show.
It was very good. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Okay, I am going to. Okay. They don't have immunity. Because you see, they're not. They have an environment. They have. Obviously, they've got their. I mean, obviously, you know how. We all know
immunity.
That they don't have immunity. Therefore, you can kill. In Savage Worlds, you can certainly kill them without needing a silver weapon.
Yes, but they just have fast regeneration against anything that isn't silvered.
Exactly, but that doesn't mean that if they fail the regeneration roll, they still die. They're still incapacitated, we should say. Which reminds me, I should turn on incapacitation for this one, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I'm going to move up next to Walker.
Texted earlier, and I just started talking like I was the person they were.
I'm feeling my chair's doing the. Yeah, I'm sinking. I don't know if it's visible on the video, but I can feel myself sinking. Doing it like every second.
Won't you be coming back for Spring Festival?
I'm muting. I think I'm muting.
Crap, I actually texted to Susan? What the hell?
Can't find him to mute him. Oh, there he is. Oh.
Erie's Yellow Eyes sent us to speak to Gurgaz. Where is Gurgaz?
Okay.
And I will talk to. I will call that to where at number 7.
Yeah, that's definitely a better pronunciation of the name.
I guess, yes. No, thank you.
Because earlier on, Kevin kept saying Greg's, and I kept thinking sausage rolls.
I said Griggs. I said Griggs, not Greg's.
He was hungry. He didn't care.
When did you do that, T?
Number 7, because that's the one I move up next to.
Number 7 is unfriendly.
Surely I got at least a raise on that with a 17.
I didn't see the 17. I just saw the 10.
That was the creative combat.
I am aware of that. I am very much distracted and my chair keeps sinking on me.
Ah. Are you vulnerable as well?
The fact that I don't really like having my knees higher than my legs when I'm.
I just don't understand what that would feel like. I'm too bloody short.
You know, and on the opposite end of the scale, I hate it when my feet dangle because I can't reach the floor because
uncooperative.
Yeah, it cuts the blood supply off, doesn't it? When the chair hits you in the back of the legs in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's a real pain in the butt.
Literally.
Okay, he's uncooperative. You can't get more than you can only ever get a success and a raise on persuasion. Okay.
Well, I'm done.
Here we go.
Thanks to the fact that I actually work with a dwarf, I'm actually not even the shortest person at work, so awesome.
Okay.
It's a strange feeling.
Gustus, it's your go.
I'm already done.
I'm done because I hadn't moved the combat tracker.
Well, I'll go again then.
Well,
he died.
He
died.
What, the one I was helping?
Except he
Vigor
had
plus
a
+2
to his roll.
Yeah, but the Vigor plus,
He was at -4.
The structure shouldn't stack. He's not dead. He is not.
No, he's not.
He got a 7, which means he's still bleeding out, isn't he? Because you need to get the raise.
Yeah, I mean, this is like Dondrad casting blind, and it killed. You know what I mean?
Hmm. That's interesting, isn't it? I found a bug. I found a bug.
So I take it I didn't stabilise him then.
Because Leia gave him an assist as well.
Yeah, I
Okay,
did.
which makes it you. In that case, you got him a raise, so he doesn't bleed out. No, but I'm just saying I found a bug because if you look there, the we're at resisting bleeding out, vigor, distracted by havoc, distracted -4. Yeah, but I put it in a +2 modifier, which if you notice down here, if you roll the dice manually, the stabilize works. Yeah, but if you do it automatically, it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
Okay,
But yeah,
so
because of the stabilize and Leia's help, he actually stabilizes.
he actually stabilizes, and therefore he doesn't bleed out. Step 1, so he's not in. He is still incapacitated because he took 3 wounds. Okay, so that's that. Next thing's next. Spirit check. He wakes up. Vigor check.
We're friends.
He remains stunned. Good check. He remains incapacitated. Okay, we're at number 2. It is not distracted. When I'm saying that,
Yes,
I mean not
because he's cackle distracted, but yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't have -6, is what I'm saying. He should only have 1 distraction maximum. The bloody fantasy ground stacks them. Okay, we're at. Yeah, he's still stunned. If I type it in here, at least it will. If I type stunned back in, it will work there. Right, we're at 6 attacks 4. No, hang on. We're at 6 is unfriendly, so if we're at 6 pauses. That's fair enough. We're at 7 is uncooperative, so he doesn't do anything. So actually, let's mark those 2 as neutral. So next round, I won't accidentally attack you with them. We're at 5, however, will attack Vorka. Unharming Vorka.
Unrumble.
Okay. Okay, so Vorka is okay. He obviously is able to protect himself. We're at number 3 is going to attack Gastus. Again, biting and clawing as he goes. Missing. We're at number 4 is going to go for Vorka. Hitting. Doing. Oh, enough to shake Vorka. Doesn't pierce the skin. White doesn't pierce the skin. That's the important thing to note. Okay, new round, and the bad guy's got jokers. Okay. Okay, so Dirat number 1 is stunned. I don't think any of none of the Dirats recovered last round, did they? They were stunned, so. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. F12. He's remaining stunned. He's remaining stunned. Dirat number 3 is beast-friended and therefore is friendly. And therefore, he's just going to not do anything. Dirat number 3 is, unless it was friendly. Dirat number 4 remains stunned. Good. Dirat number 5 Recovers from stunned, but remains shaken and is not beast friended. Okay. Spend a penny. Spend a penny to unshake, though he should be shaken. It's not showing him shaken, so if I do that, he unshakes and then he can attack Leia. Oh, I think I might have hit you, Leia.
Just a bit. Ouch.
Why did that rat attack anyone? It was my friend, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Well, I missed.
I
wound.
think that rat thinks it's a small white bunny rabbit from Monty Python.
I think I'm going to drop a conviction on my soak roll.
I think that might be prudent. That was literally, obviously was.
Got a vicious streak a mile wide.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was trying to remember the quote for.
And as I've got the convictions spent, I'm going to try that again.
Yeah. You did so cool, but one word.
somersault over
You thought 3 words, which is impressive.
Well, I won't go worse than that. I might get better.
Well, you say that.
Sure. All right, I'll just take one of them.
Okay, so the rat comes up, and while you're dodging everything else, it just gnaws you slightly. Darat 6 is friendly. Okay. That brings us to Leia, who is no longer shaken, but is wounded.
And Leia's conviction should still be in play because it should last for the entire round.
It says it's there.
It says it's there.
Oh, yeah, good point.
I want to restrain the dire rat that just did that to me. Which one was it? Was it 5?
It was.
Okay, I want to pin the little bugger.
That'd be athletics then.
Yeah.
Its next turn it expires, isn't it, automatically? Because you spend it out of turn, it gets Fancy Grounds gets a little funky with it. Yeah. But you don't have to spend a penny to maintain it this round. Okay, so we'll ignore the setback because you're doing it as a grappling. You have bound the rat. You got the raise.
I think the setback is it's now being used as a microphone for singing Hooks on a Feeling.
That's bloody brilliant. I was planning on picking it up by the scruff of the neck, but, you know.
That does make you...
I think I'll be giving it a firm talking to about how that wasn't very nice and that it needs to not do that anymore.
Or frack. Oh, do you want to move? Of course, you can move if you want.
But no, just want to...
You've just pinned it down, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a frass. You are next.
I still got this dire rat in front of me.
Yes, but I do believe it is a friendly dire rat. But it's also it's stunned, so it's not doing anything. It's lying on the floor. Second round. It should be pointed out the shrieking is still taking place.
Yeah. Well, how far? What's the extent of the shrieking? She's just moving forward.
Somebody shut that bloody mushroom up.
The extent of this shrieking is that.
Where is the mushroom?
The south wall. There's multiple ones.
Can we see them, or is it just things on the walls that?
There's just mushrooms on the south wall.
Anybody got a frying pan or some garlic butter?
It is the mushroom. It's on the south wall. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
I was thinking. I was thinking that as well.
Why haven't
How
I
freaky
got a
is
thing
that?
called a fungus friend?
Are you saying that there's fungus among us?
There's a humongous fungus among us.
Sassafras isn't going to do anything else because apparently we don't want to kill these things. And most of them are like stunned, shaken, distracted, all kinds of stuff. And Rudy, I can't get a hold of Rudy because rat, so if you want to move Rudy straight forward 12 for me.
12?
Yeah, he's flying.
That gets him all the way over there. That gets him all the way over there.
Now, what was the extent of the shrieking?
Big.
Oh, it was big, but let's see how big. Oh, no. Then he can't do anything here, except for he don't like these things. But that'll be it. I'll just move this time around and see.
At you're up, sir.
So, how many more of these dire rats are not friendly?
Half a dozen.
I can't see them though. All the ones that okay, so he's not friendly.
Can you see me? If you can, get closer to me.
Right, as far as I can tell, the hostile Dara, you just moved and then sprang back there. I don't know what's going on.
Well, on my map, I was where I wanted to be, yeah. But now you've moved me back again.
I didn't move you. I accepted the move. You sprang back. Okay, they're all in range. That's another 4 power points. Oh no, it is. You can't target that one. Only 3 power points.
Ah, that one's a wear-out then.
No, it's just one of them that is stuck behind a rock and you can't see it.
Oh, fair enough.
So we're at Dara 11 can't be targeted.
Impeccable logic and completely wrong.
Hang on. One. I'm seeing. I see 3 rats. Oh, that's because you've got another one targeted. You shouldn't be targeting. It only costs you 3 power points. And that makes them all friendly. You might want to mute Mr. Sound Effect guy again because you know what's coming.
At least it was only 3 this time.
Of course, when using a multiple target thing and I'm doing stuff, you wouldn't press end turn just to annoy me, would you?
Multiple target thing, didn't you?
I'm still working my way through all the effects, and you're basically ending turn, which basically means the combat tracker's moving as I'm clicking on things. Anyway.
Oh, right, sorry. I thought I saw the beast friend apply.
Yeah, I still got to. You're making them friendly, so I still have to change their token colour, don't I?
That is true, yes.
It's okay. Cease is up.
Cease is finished. He's not doing anything.
Okie dokie.
Everyone's friendly.
I love the way he's going to scream every turn. Okay, he gets to make a vigor check. Okay.
On there, don't it?
He recovers his wound. He will get up. Right there. Actually, he can probably stay on the floor and bite there, can't he? Oh, that was a bit of luck on damage rolls there.
Am I particularly tasty or something?
I think they. Well, I suppose the rats do. I suppose the rats get a perverse pleasure out of attacking a cat.
Yeah, they see you as a natural predator.
Uh-huh.
I did like that scene in Honor Among Thieves where the guys are saving a cat from a fish. Anyway, Darat 7 remains stunned. Darat 8 He's no longer stunned.
But he's friendly.
Okay, that brings us to direct number 9. He recovers from being stunned. Not prone, he's not distracted. It's a spirit check to see if he's asleep still. He's still asleep. There we go. Okay, this one remains stunned. Yeah. Gone by now. Stun stays, prone stays, beast friend most certainly stays. Okay, next one. Direct 11 remains shaken. Distraction, spirit check. Remains shaken, but here we go. And then that brings us to direct 12, who remains stunned. I guess it's Gastus.
Okay. Let's see how well this goes. We are not here to hurt you. We want to speak to Gurgaz. Eerie Yellow Eyes has sent us. And I will try and persuade Were-Rat number 3 of our good intent. But I am multi-actioning because there are still some that are punching us, and I don't really like that. Mind you, well, I've got a success on the persuading this. We'll see if that stops him from punching me when I step away. Actually, I don't need to step away to get the one I'm going for.
I keep closing the bloody table. I should keep the bloody table open, shouldn't I? Yes. Yeah, I should. Yes.
And I shall finish with, note how I do not use my blade on the idiot that's still attacking us. As I smack Were-Rat 4 with the flat of my blade.
Rephrase. You might be knocking out. I think you might be knocking out a Were-Rat here.
I think I might have knocked him out. Yes.
You did.
And then I shall step up to here, or sort of stand over the unconscious body of Were-Rat 4, and is that the knockout sound? That's
yes.
Cool. And with my other weapon, try and do the same to Were-Rat number 5, who I think I may have also hit with a raise.
Oh, server muted. Yes, you were talking at the time. Sorry, I didn't notice. I forgot to unmute you. Sorry. Just trying to give you some privacy on your long conversation you were having.
I didn't realize I was. I had my mute on, or at least I thought I had my mute on before I did the conversation. My mistake.
That's okay. It's my mistake. I'm glad I noticed over there that you were server muted. Sorry, I was just trying to give you some privacy. That was all.
Now, where in Kylian's name is Gurgaz?
Okay, I'm afraid Were-Rat 5 did not succumb to your knockout blow.
No,
so he will attack you. He will attack you back, but obviously your parrying is very good, so you're okay on that score. Mm-hmm. Brings us to Thaddeus Wildsoul. The combat's speeding up with all the nice friendly dirats, which you were allowed to kill. That's what you've done, I suppose. Okay, Thaddeus, you're up, sir.
Yeah, so I'm still confused as to what's going on. No, because that
You've
whole
made all the rats friendly. There are some were rats that are still trying to beat us up.
Yeah, just saying though, but that whole conversation on the right hand side of the room, I'm totally oblivious to because I can't hear anything.
Yeah, you got mushrooms in your room.
Yeah. Actually, that is a very good point. I've conveniently forgot that all your persuasions should have failed.
Well, I mimed very well.
I'm going to make it easy. The shrieking will. Well, basically, the shrieking will stop
10
the end of the round.
inches?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, 10 inches. It's my mistake, not yours, so you get away with it.
Look, tell you what, can I, for an action, right?
I've got to go to work. See you later, guys.
I'm going to attack the mushroom.
Have a good night.
I'm going to actually destroy the mushroom making all the noise.
It's interesting because the shriekers are treated as a trap, which can't be disarmed with thievery. It doesn't actually tell you any way to destroy them.
Fire. I'm pretty sure it'll work.
Oh yeah, now don't get me wrong. It's easy enough. My view is you spend an action to destroy them. It's simple as that. It just costs you the action to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my action to get to because I really didn't want to kill anything, and I can't hear what anybody's saying.
No problem.
So that's what my action is. I'm going to silence that mushroom.
You're going to destroy the shriekers. Sounds like a good idea to me.
The rats are clearly not attacking me anymore, so something's going on.
Okay.
Let Vorka speak.
Everyone can now speak. Vorka, you're up, sir. Now I have unmuted you.
Perfect timing, because Vorka is going. Well, let's see. That guy's unconscious at Gastus's feet, so Vorka is just going to spend his time trying to convince number 5.
Yep.
Target 6. That. Now, see, stop. See, these guys understand we're not fighting, and he didn't. He kept fighting, and he got knocked out.
Good to me. Uh, 10. Okay, he is. Yep, he's fine. Where at? It is neutral. You have done it.
Now, can you yell at the guys in the other room? Can you yell at them and tell them to shush?
The best you can get them is uncooperative, so they won't be helpful, but they won't attack you.
I know, but Vorka's still gonna.
I know. I'm just explaining why I'm not ignoring your request. All good. I shall let you end your turn because you didn't do anything nasty, area of effecty, and it was really cool, and I liked it. We're at number 3 is...
Yeah, Vorka doesn't even have his weapon out yet, so...
We're at number 3 is friendly. We're at number 4 is knocked out. I'll turn off the incapacitation. I'll just leave him on the floor as knocked out, which is fine, which means he's also prone. And for all intents and purposes, he is... So I'm just going to put them on hold because they're not going to act unless they have to. They're friendly, so I'll put them on hold because they don't need to act either. At which point, basically, the answer to Gastus's question is answered.
Because Girgos walks in the room? Oh, he's got a shiny rapier. Me want.
Okay.
Hand that over. That's mine.
Okay, so
I mean, let's face it. He's clearly not going to give up. He's going to have to fight somebody. And I've got a rapier. He's got a rapier. We've got to have a duel. Obviously.
And Yellow Eyes said he probably wasn't going to give up. So
exactly.
The first thing he does as he walks into the room is he pulls a potion out of a pouch and downs the whole thing instantly.
Oh, well, that's cheating, isn't it?
So that would be major boost vigor.
Plus 20 strength, heavy armor,
Vigor
rocket
plus
launcher.
2d. And that would also give him toughness 2d as well, won't it?
Well, toughness 2,
Not 2D, yeah. +2. Toughness +2. That's what I meant to say. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that's that. And his next action, he'll stride forward a bit further.
2D or not 2D? Is that for that question?
With his second action, he will
whether it's
attempt to
nobler in the mind to
stab
suffer
Ruti
the
out of the
rapiers
air.
and- How dare he?
Well, I've got to settle it. I've got to set him up as the bad guy. I thought Ruti was safe because of his size, but obviously, at the same time, it still establishes that he's the bad guy.
Ooh, right.
Oh.
I've noticed something about that sword, so I want to see if Gastus has noticed it.
I'm giving all the players bennies because your beast friend's got a joker.
Oh, cool.
I'm not going to do anything with them. I'm just going to put them on hold. So that's all good. So we'll get through the dire rats. I don't need them anymore.
They'll be gathering around me. They're a new friend.
Yeah, but exactly. I'm not going to worry about them for the purposes of the combat. Actually, the dire rats are. I'm actually, apart from giving you a Benny, I'm for the ease of going to just have the dire rats sort of slope off, because you can control them, but you can't make them do hostile things. So the easiest thing to do is send them back to their nest. So that's what I'm going to pretend you've done as a free action.
I have done exactly that.
Yeah, I thought you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they don't have to be there anymore, and it makes life a lot easier.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Combat
You see.
tracker's got less lag and all that stuff.
Exactly. Perfect. And it does mean that it would be Aki to go first. However, I'm going to spend some bennies.
I might spend some bennies and all day. You think of that? Did you think?
Might spend another benny. Ah! See, this is what happens when people do things when I'm saying I'm spending a penny so no one else does, so they don't move their combat tracker, so I don't give NPCs bennies when I'm trying to spend them. I have to give myself a benny back and spend it again. Right, okay. I'm going to spend one more benny. I'm going to spend one more benny. No, I'm not getting any higher up in the combat. Okay. Gastus, you're going first on the King of Diamonds.
Right. So Gastus is going to leap over the fire.
That's an athletics check.
Okay, guys. Something has come up. I got to go.
Okay, no problem.
Well, for Vorka's turn, he is going to quietly cast heal on Gastus as much as he needs to.
Okay. No problem at all. Thank you very much. This is hopefully this fight, once this fight's out of the way, we'll all be done anyway. Okie dokie.
Right. So I can avoid the multi-action penalty for attacking with my offhand because I've got 2 weapon fighting, and I can also avoid the offhand penalty because I've got ambidextrous. So I am going to use my main hand to do a test on Gurgaz. And as I leap over the fire, I'm going to flick the tip of my rapier in the. In fact, I'll leap over the fire, and kick a bit of the ash up into his face. It's resisted the same way to an athletic test to try and make him vulnerable.
Very robotine. I didn't catch most of that, but it doesn't.
Okay, so as I leap over the fire, I kick a bit of the fire into Gurgaz's face as a test.
Fine. Do you want to make him shaken or vulnerable? Sorry, distracted or vulnerable.
Oh, I want to make him vulnerable.
Don't get. I spent a penny. You didn't get the raise, so he's only vulnerable.
That's fine. That's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now going to try and disarm him.
Go for it.
And so that's to be a fighting roll at -2, but I get +1 because I've got 2 weapons, so I'll only put a -1 in. And of course, that came up as a test, which you couldn't have done. So would a 7 hit him against his parry? Yes, it would.
It's a cool shot, don't forget, a disarm.
Yes, which is why I put a -1 onto it, because I get +1 for attacking with 2 weapons against somebody who's only got 1 weapon, so it was a -1, but I did a wild attack and I've got Fortune's Return, which balances out at a +2, which means I still hit him even with the -2 penalty for disarm.
But to do a disarm, you're not using both your weapons. I'm not sure that I'd allow
Well, yes,
that.
yes, I'm still fighting with both.
Yeah, but I don't think it would. You can use it to negate. I'm saying I don't think it can negate the cold shot. If you're not using both weapons, I suppose you're using both weapons to disarm and shutting up point taken.
Yeah, and because he's vulnerable, I get to use my sneak attack damage to add to do the damage that he's then got to resist with his strength to not drop his weapon.
No, you can't.
No?
No, because a sneak attack is about striking someone's critical points, isn't it, to do extra damage. You're not trying to cause. You're not trying to hit a. You're not trying to injure him with a sneaky attack. You're trying to disarm him. So I wouldn't allow you a sneak attack on a disarm damage roll.
Okay, so it's 12 damage instead of 16.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it logically, because if you think about a sneak attack,
Oh, that's fine.
Obviously goes both ways, of course. Okay. So, defender must do a strength roll equal to the... or drop the item. If an attack against the target's hand or limb shakes or wounds him, you must make a strength roll -2. So the damage... Okay. If the attack hits the weapon, the attacker rolls damage normally for an item, no raise. Hang on, I'm trying to work this one out. Character can make an opponent drop a weapon or any other object by making an attack against the limb or hand. Actually, a hand would be a -4, wouldn't it? Because it's a small target, not a -2.
I'm going for the weapon because I actually want to flick the weapon out of his hand, and I'm then going to throw my rapier to him because I want to catch his rapier out of the air and say, right, now that's fair. We can hurt each other because he's got a mithril rapier and I haven't.
A character can make an opponent drop a weapon, or the wording of this doesn't make sense, actually. Character can make an opponent drop a weapon or other object by making an attack against the limb or hand. If the attack hits a weapon, but they just said you're doing a cool shot by attacking the limb or hand, not the weapon. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Aye, but you're attacking the limb, you can drop it. If you attack the weapon, you're sundering the weapon.
I agree, but it's just bad. I agree with that. It's just the two sentences contradict each other there. At no point did they mention...
What I want to do is flick the weapon out of his hand and then...
Yes. So, but this is the point. So if the attack is against the target's hand or limb, so basically the damage does apply as normal, is what I was trying to work out.
Okay.
So a damage of 12 doesn't affect him, so he's not shaken, so there's no penalty to the roll.
Right.
And then he gets to make his strength check.
Aye, because sundering your damage goes against the blade's
Yeah.
hardness.
Agreed.
And it snaps the blade.
There's something down there.
I'll just point out... Taking his trademark weapon's a dick move.
Well, I would like to spend a penny to change the narrative so that I actually flick his rapier up into the air, Princess Bride style, throw him my rapier, and then catch his and say, there, now we can hurt each other and this is fair. Stand down.
You can make an athletics check at -4 to do that, yes.
Okay, I'll happily do that.
Aye, there is a disarm maneuver.
I know, that's what I was trying to do. Oh, look at that! I caught it.
You did indeed.
With the -4. Did he catch the one I threw at him then? Oh, good. He did too. Marvelous.
Yeah.
Gonna do the same move back to you now.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping. There's nothing stopping doing that. The annoying thing is, I've now got to recode the whole NPC because you've taken his trademark weapon off him.
And you've got to give me his sword.
I'm aware of that. I'm just pointing out that you've just broken the bloody You just broken it. The whole NPC is now broken, and I have to manually recode him.
No, all you do is you add a rapier to him.
No, all he has been coded in to you. The fact he's got a trademark weapon, so all his abilities are factored in his parry of the trademark weapon.
Well, then you give him an effect that is parry -1 and attack -1, and that
I know.
cancels out the
I
trademark
know.
weapon.
I'm aware of that. So.
Yeah, so equipment on an NPC drops to the back of the sheet.
But if you've
Yeah, but I
coded,
think
I've coded all the attacks with the parries and the bonuses of having trademark weapon edge.
Oh, you did it that way. Well,
Well, why would I not?
Yeah, you can't do it
You
any other way.
can't use items on NPCs.
Just expecting you can't. It's just terrible. You need to complain to Aki about this Savage Worlds rule set. It doesn't do everything you want automatically.
If you put an item on an NPC, the coding affects copy across it.
They do.
Yes, but no item will have trademark weapon built into it.
He's got it built into the character. That's what.
Yes.
Yeah. He added it on the combat tracker and not the equipment.
Players making your life more difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. It's their job,
I'm here
isn't
to make life difficult. But hey, I've now got a really shiny rapier that I can fight him with.
Aki's guy.
Or you could simply add an effect to counteract the bonus that you give him.
I did.
On the combat tracker.
Which he's just done. Isn't at fighting -1 when people attack him, they have fighting -1?
But everyone was bloody talking to me. What do you expect? Trying to concentrate and no one shuts up. What are you doing, Aki?
I'm casting Entangle.
Who?
Griggs, what his name is. Got a
No,
raise.
you're not.
What does that make me?
No,
I'm
me.
not.
You can't see him.
I can.
Yeah, you'll have to move to there to see him probably. Yeah, you can't see him unless you move.
See, I can see him, and I'm casting Entangle. I've got a raise. So what is that? Bound or entangled?
That's bound.
Yay! And then I will pass my turn. And cease is not going to do anything.
Okie dokie. Brings us to Thaddeus once you end Theseus' turn. Obviously not taking a turn, so I'm moving on.
No, hang on. I'm just thinking it through. We're going to cast spell casting on.
I've got 3 minutes and I need to finish this fight. Go for it.
I'm just trying to think if I can see thingy. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Right. Okay. Spell casting. I know what this smells like. You see. I want to give Grizzle a wee moustache. So how come that's not creative combat?
Don't know. It should be.
Should be. I should have triggered creative combat.
I suppose.
Are you using your magic to tie his whiskers together?
No, I'm using prestidigitation to summon the smell of the wee that I fell in on to give him a moustache, and now he's now filled. His sensitive nose is now filled with this for the wee, and it's going to make him feel ill. I don't know how ill because.
Well, I imagine spell casting isn't deemed a test by the test extension software.
So he'll have no, but yeah, he
See,
did.
I didn't roll the power. I didn't roll the power because I knew that wouldn't have acted.
He resisted it with smarts.
There
you go. You got insight into him.
Yeah, it did actually, didn't it?
Yeah, it did resist it. It just didn't do the creative combat table for the race.
Strange.
Yes, well, right. So,
but it didn't. It doesn't even give the ability. It did the thing, but it didn't give the choice of vulnerability or distracted either.
Which, because he's bound, he's both of them already anyway.
Maybe that's the point. Yeah, because they've coded that in to stop the stacking, which obviously doesn't trigger the creative combat. Okay, right.
Okay, and then we're going to hex cackle him. We're going to move hex cackle off where rat 2 and put it on Grizzle.
I think I'm going to never bother playing this game again. I've had enough of this shit. No point. There's no fucking point anymore.
What's wrong?
Distracted or vulnerable? Today's just wound me up. It's just, let's just throw every effect on there in Fantasy Grounds. It's just giving me grief. Are you vulnerabling your hacker? Are you distracting him or are you vulnerabilitying him?
I'm distracting him because he's already vulnerable by making bound. Bound makes you vulnerable.
Yeah, you've got the choice of which are you making permanent.
You're getting confused with the plural, not lack of the plural word. Right, okay. I'll go easy on you.
I don't care anymore.
Make him permanently distracted.
Yep.
Not to kill this guy, aren't we?
I have a feeling this guy's not going to give up without a fight.
Not going to get to fight, so what's the fuck? Well, that was a good round for him, wasn't it? Okay. That's a pressure up.
Has he got a glitter boy best pal who's living down the road who's going to come and rescue him?
Sassafras is kind of alarmed because so with 6 she can get over here to Rudy and tell Rudy to get back under her cloak. Are any of these other weird rats actually attacking us?
No. Still good guys. Go to bed.
And Rudy's just gonna fly back up under her cloak. That ends my turn.
Okie dokie. Thank you. New round then.
Well, since I'm up first, we're not here to harm you. If you carry on with this fight against the people of the city, all that will happen is the Sable Company, the Grey Maidens, and the Guard will be sent down here to kill all of the were-rats. You don't want that to happen, and neither do we. Stand down, Gurgas. Realize that we are better together than apart. I'm pretty sure that this isn't going to work, but Gastus has got to try.
He's a great fighter, but in the brains department, not so much.
And that's Gastus done. It'll be Gurgis now. Or Gearig's, or whatever he's called.
Gearig, whatever he's called, yeah.
Yeah.
His surname is whatever it's called. Yeah, they didn't put it on the NPC sheet though. Double barrel name.
Suddenly occurred to me all he's got to do is chew his way through the bloody entanglement. There we go, he's free.
Yep.
Okie dokie. That gets us to Sassafras.
Oh, well, he's got to say something like, I will die before I will surrender to you.
No, he's got a mouthful of eating the entanglement, hasn't he?
We can spit it out.
Well, he does spit it
My
out in your
entanglement's
face.
very tasty.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to have to stab him then. Fair enough.
Oh, actually, you'll get to make. Oh, I can't be bothered, mate. You make fear checks, you'll pass it anyway. Okay, Sassafras cast
I'm
bolt.
gonna Benny that.
Oh dear.
No, Aki's scared.
Ignoring that, so it doesn't matter. Okay. You can Benny Aki a Benny though. I'm going to gas this by mistake, which sums up my day really.
Just bolted him.
You did indeed. Okay, I'll spend a Benny on that.
I thought you wanted this fight over with.
Yeah, but I'm not going to make it easy for you fuckers.
You wanted Gurix to kill someone and do some damage.
That really joking. I did want this fight over with, but I
just ruined my whole cunning plan.
No, it's not that at all. It was just like I didn't really intend the whole day.
I've got a 30-foot walker coming along with a big cock cannon, and Kylan wants to attack it on it by end.
Wait, you passed up Rudy.
Yeah, you said he was hiding under your coat. Go on, go for it. Sorry.
Yeah, but he poked his head out and he breezed towards the thingy.
Okay.
That's a breath weapon. That's automatically, while he gets a chance, cone template may be evaded, causes distraction. So he's got a chance to duck the fairy dust that Rudy blows at him.
He doesn't.
But Ruti will still need an athletics roll to actually breathe on target.
I thought it was automatic with the
New breath weapon is an athletics check. What on earth is athletics? Why on earth is that? What's going on? Why is that?
According to my thing, it's my turn on the combat tracker.
Yeah, because you moved me ahead.
No, it's okay. I got very confused. I got confused because I thought, why is athletics being resisted by Aki's faith? Is my confusion. Okay, what's the?
No, it's not. But
what's the effect of the breath weapon?
He's just distracted.
Okay, that's fine.
Which he already was anyway. So.
He already was anyway. So then Aki fails to cast his spell, taking a point of fatigue. He's ceased doing anything.
Right, so, okay, yeah, Cece's had enough.
I wonder actually who on earth gives a bloody wererat a silver weapon. You know the players are going to take off. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was a very sensible move.
Yeah. Hey, at least I gave him my rapier back. I mean, that was, I think, very gentlemanly of me.
I didn't say it wasn't. Shake him.
Yeah, I might spend a penny on that last
Armed, go for it.
Damage roll.
You can't, can you? I have to do it for you. Oh, yes, you
Oh,
can.
you can. I can.
Oh, they fixed it.
Yeah,
Hurrah.
I've just got to drag it from the combat tracker. I'm going to do one more. Yeah. I'm happy with that.
It's a wound. Yeah, okay. He takes a wound. Brings us to Thaddeus.
Thaddeus. He just followed through. His name's Thaddeus.
He's not going to back down, is he? I don't think.
Pretty sure he's not. No.
Cease doesn't think he's going to back down.
I think it's because a Corvosan god shot him with a silver arrow in the neck.
Ah, right.
Took an arrow to the knee.
Give the GM a penny. Right.
He used to be an adventurer, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even in Star Wars MMO, in it. The Old Republic MMO. There's a stormtrooper. I took a. He doesn't say an arrow, but he got a shot in the knee, and he had to stop.
Actually, there's a game. Again, I can't remember. I've been playing. I can't think what game I've been playing. I was playing something lately, and they took an arrow to the knee as well. I can't remember what the game is.
I think it's on Hoth. Is it Hoth? Yeah, he's on.
Oh, not that. This was obviously this was a fantasy game, but I can't remember what it was.
I've not found anybody in BG3 that's taken an arrow to the knee yet.
Fine.
Still on Act 1. I don't know anything.
Right. Tell you what, yeah.
Let's there you go. He took 2 silver crossbow bolts from a Corvosan guard. So it's what I read, but I just thought I told you to do that.
You took it to the knee. That's it. You made it. Yeah.
Thaddeus has gone on hold. New round.
No, yeah, you got to move me back to where I was because you can't move and then go on hold.
Oh, he's going first.
Hang on, I'm spending bennies to change my cards.
Okay.
It's not working much.
As did Sassafras.
Jackie.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, this is the... Yeah, it's my fault this time. I didn't say I was doing it this time, so I'll allow it this once. Right.
Finish him off, Gastus, because if you don't, I will.
Well, I'm still ahead of Gigas, so I'm hoping that.
I'm just going to cheat then and do that.
You're cheating, are you? Okay, right, all right then.
No, I won't do that. Obviously.
You can do that if you want. You're allowed to cheat. You're the GM.
I'm the king of hearts.
I'm not supposed to tell you when you're cheating.
I just wanted to give him some bennies, and if I cheat and give him a joker, he gets his bennies back.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to say, very well, you've chosen the hard way, and I'm going to pin his weapon to one side as a test. Making him distracted and vulnerable. And then I'm going to run him through with his own mithril rapier, which I think I shall wild attack.
Are you getting a mithril rapier +1?
I don't know how I'm getting a mithril rapier +1.
No, I don't either. The hit with a raise. I'm just confused where that came from.
Yeah, because I attacked from my normal rapier. I have no idea because I
It must
don't
be
have a
just the
mithril
mithril
rapier.
rapier without the this.
Well, I don't have a
weapon
mithril rapier in my equipment.
I dragged it across and gave it to you.
Regigs has got a mithril rapier parry plus
Yeah,
one.
it's his parry. He's got parry 6, mithril rapier plus
Oh,
1.
you have
martial
got.
flexibility plus 1.
Okay, yeah.
Based on
Which
the
it used to be
parry, yeah.
+2, but it's now +1. You do have a
Yeah.
magical mithril rapier. It's just you haven't equipped it.
I've not equipped it. Okay, fair enough. Well,
It's my
let me
confusion.
just. Does it do anything other
But if
than
you
being mithril?
activate it, it should do more damage to him.
Oh right, okay, yeah. I'm carrying it, not didn't have it equipped. Okay, there we go.
If it doesn't, it's a bug, and I need to fix it.
I've equipped it, and it's not appearing on my combat tab. Let me just go back to my inventory and check. I actually, yeah, magical mithril rapier, equipped. Combat tab. I cannot see it on my combat tab.
No, I can't either. Don't know why.
No.
And anyway, and it's broken anyway because it doesn't have the keyword silver in it, which it's meant to have because it's mithril.
Righto. Does it do anything extra?
+4 damage.
+4 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will put a +4 into the box and then roll my damage on him then.
Oh, you know why you can't see it? It hasn't been identified.
Of course.
Actually, it's +5 damage.
Okay, so one more on top of that then. Incapacitates him. Hey!
Oh, he's got 1 Benny. He's still standing.
I request interrupt.
Hang on.
Look at that. I've made an occult roll. You can identify it. I say this weapon seems to do more damage.
Okay, you're going make your athletics check. Yes, please don't have him targeted.
Oh, sorry.
He is targeted, isn't he?
Yeah, no, it's just if you make your athletics check, it will treat it as a test rather than.
Right, okay, he's not targeted.
Okay, are you happy with a 9?
Well, it's a 7. Am I happy with a 7? I'm going to Benny it because I can afford to do so.
You interrupt him, off you go.
Right, okay, I interrupt him, so I'm just going to show him. I mean, I gave him a chance. We all gave him a chance. Yeah, we're not going to use that because that'll go wrong. Right. Oh, bugger off with these bugger errors.
Oh, booger.
I mean, I gave him plenty of chances, so yeah, I'm just going to shoot him in the head.
Fine. Rise down.
Dead. It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim.
Right. I'm going to call it a day there. And one long fight, which is exactly what I call scintillating. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I shall see you all next time.
Oh, can you identify my shiny new sword then?
Make him wait. Make him wait.
No, because we're